Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Nicolas Castellanos continues to make his case to be an all-star for the American League this year. A .372 batting average in his last 11 games. And the red-hot Castellanos right back in the middle of the Tigers starting lineup tonight. That is a warm evening for baseball. A little rain shower has moved through. But tonight it's game one in this four-game series. Tigers and the Texas Rangers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pem alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for game one in this series. Well, the rain has moved through, so the Tigers and Rangers will play here tonight. Nicolas Castellanos, Gibby, ever since Miguel Cabrera has gone down, he really has picked up the pace.
Yeah, you wonder what's going to happen. Miggy, obviously the best hitter for many years with Detroit. Nick's an up-and-coming position player who switched positions, leads the Tigers in hits, runs, home runs, and RBI. And I got to thinking, how big of an impact does he have on this Tigers offense? You can see hits, home runs, RBIs. He's first in home runs and RBIs, second in the league in runs, is consistently with what team, what percentage production do they get. And he can hit the curveball. That's the other thing that Nick's really done this year. He can hit the curveball. He's a leader in the clubhouse, and he's really stepped up big. And I think a question will be, will Nick be here a lot longer? The trade deadline coming up, we certainly hope so. I know he's spoken about being here. He wants to stay here.
All right, now last night the Tigers announced that Dixon Machado was DFA'd, designated for assignment. That has really opened things up now for Nico Goodrum. One of the big reasons that Machado was DFA'd was Nico's play at second base.
Well, he's come out of nowhere. I mean, he's played everywhere. He's played first base. He go over there at third base. Then they get him over there at second base. But he is seventh game in a row at second base. You know, he seemed to have a little problem going to his left towards the first baseman, so they've taken and put him a little deeper in those shift positions and been in the right place at the right time. A -2 defensive run saved, so him and Machado, fielding-wise, about a wash right now, but boy, does he like to hit. He's got a plus hit tool, OPS and average are going to be way better there. Loves the fastball, hitting .304 on the fastball, only .165 versus the off-speed pitches, but he's looking forward to this opportunity. 6'4", very athletic guy, and I think the Tigers are excited to see what he can do.
All right, Matthew Boyd is on the mound tonight for the Tigers. The left-hander had a better start against the Toronto Blue Jays his last time out. Maybe the reason for that, Gibby, more fastballs.
Well, I know the Tigers want to see Matt Boyd throw a few more fastballs that he has in his past starts. And if you look at the last start he had in Toronto, he did throw more fastballs. I think 42% on the previous games, 10% more, 52% fastballs in Toronto. Seemed to be more successful. I talked to Matt about that, and I said, what's the one thing that you've learned this year? And he said, I've learned that I can throw any pitch at any time. He says, I know they want me to throw more fastballs, but he says, some days that your fastball doesn't show up. So if it doesn't show up, he says that he knows that he can go to another pitch and find it. Now, the wish is that you can command your fastball both sides of the plate, up and down in the zone, and you can get them off your off-speed pitches. They're more effective, and it's good that he's coming around. He's got a great attitude, this kid, and even though they've had a pitching coach change, Chris Bosio taught him a lot, he said, and Andy's doing a heck of a job with him as well, so we're looking for a good performance tonight from Matt Boyd.
Should be fun. The Rangers are in town. Game one of the series coming up. After a short break, we'll go to the Coliseum Studios and check in with Mickey York. Coming up in this one here tonight, backed by popular demand. Get it? Popular demand. It's Spark in the Park night. Tigers taking on the Rangers. Game one just minutes away. Woof.
America. And come in now to the Ram 4th of July sales events and get a great deal today. The players out on the field, that's a good sign. Tarp just coming off the field. A little bit of a rain shower just blowing through the area set us back. First pitch scheduled for now 7:25 tonight between the Tigers and the Rangers. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back inside the Coliseum studio alongside Craig Monroe. I'm Mickey York. We just heard Mario Impediment, Kurt Gibson talking about the recent stretch Nick Castellanos has had this season. On the pregame show, we talked about his ability to hit the breaking ball as maybe one of the biggest differences in his game so far this season. In fact, if you go back to July 14th of a year ago, he's hit 13 homers off of breaking balls. That's 5th best in all of baseball. What's allowed him to improve in that area?
Well, Mick, he has a great approach in the batter's box. One of the things I've enjoyed about watching Nicolas Castellanos this particular season is, guys, on the fastballs, he's hitting the baseball out the opposite way. He's hit a lot of line drives to right center. And then when they start to throw him the off-speed pitches, the breaking balls, the changeup, they're basically speeding up his bat. And he's recognizing these pitches extremely early, which still allows him to do major damage. Let's go back to yesterday. Here's Quintana trying to go down and in with that breaking ball to Nicolas Castellanos. Nick, on this particular pitch, fooled a little bit, but look at the head, how it stays down. I also want you to take a look at the hands. See the body out front, but the hand stays back. This allows you to recognize pitch, and then look at the backside, how the hips and the hands work together, which allows him to generate tremendous amount of power and hit the ball out of the ballpark to left field. But for me, Mick, it's about Nicolas Castellanos' approach. Because he thinks up the middle with the fastball, because he hits the ball out to right center, he's in a great hitting position to hit breaking balls and changeups, and the numbers are off the charts, and how much damage he's done on all-speed pitches.
Well, and not only that, he's hitting .378 with runners on base this season. That's best in the American League. He has the 3rd most hits of anyone in the American League, and his 33 multi-hit games is 4th best in the American League. Does he have a case as the most underrated player in baseball right now, or at least in the American League?
Well, from a hitting standpoint, there's no doubt. Now, from a defensive standpoint, I know that he's just made the move to the outfield, and he's gotten a lot better in right field. But I think offensively, I mean, he's not taking a back seat to any of these guys. I mean, his hard hit rate is off the charts. He's driving the balls to all fields. He has the ability to make those adjustments, in-game adjustment, pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, on all-speed pitches. And there's really nowhere you can pitch Nicolas Castellanos because he covers the entire strike zone.
Coming off a great road trip in which he hit .296 as well. And Nick and the Tigers will get underway here shortly. A slight delay at Comerica Park due to a recent rain shower that passed through Comerica Park. The tarp is off the field, players getting warmed up, and first pitch comes your way at 7:25. When we come back, though, we'll catch up with Tigers general manager Al Avila. His conversation with Rod Allen on the current state of the team and the development of their farm system, a much improved farm system, as we get ready for baseball here tonight between the Rangers and the Tigers. awful first half of the season for the Tigers and general manager Al Avila. Nobody said rebuilds would be easy. Yet despite that, the Tigers have been a pleasant surprise at times. And through the inevitable ups and downs, Avila has managed to stay focused on the task at hand, a process that he discussed at length in a candid conversation with Rod Allen when they sat down in Chicago yesterday.
We're about at the halfway point of this year, but the Tigers pretty much started this rebuild a year ago when they made some trades at the trade deadline. Where are we at now, and how do you feel about the direction of the organization?
Well, you know, we feel very good about it so far based on some of the players that we got back in those trades, based on the draft from this year, and now just recently some international signings. Of course, those international signings are years away. So, but the draft, obviously, with Casey Mize and then with Alex Faedo a year before, we're very, very happy about it so far. And up here with the Major League Club, we have a lot of young talent up here, like you mentioned, Nico Goodrum. Obviously, he's done very well. So, right now we're supposed to be.
For guys like Nico Goodrum and Jacoby Jones, and to a lesser degree Victor Reyes, because he doesn't get as much time to play, how important is what they do this year to their future with the organization?
Well, it is important because, it's all about performance. And so, in the minor leagues, obviously, you're still developing, and talking to Gardy, obviously, when he came aboard, he knew there was going to be some developing also at the major league level. But, you want to see guys perform well and continue to advance and be consistent in their performance. And that's the key. So, we made it a really big priority to this offseason to try to sign guys that were like 25, 26, 27 years old, that were still young, that the prospect label, pretty much is expired. You give them the chance here at the major league level. And again, we're talking about guys like Nico Goodrum and Mikey Montauk and Jacoby Jones. This is the time for them to do it. And so if they're good, they're consistent, then they'll have a future.
You've had some movement at the minor league level. Some of your guys have went from A-ball to AA. Some guys have went from lower A to higher A. Talk about the movement of guys like Manning, Dax, Cameron, and guys like that.
We're very excited about Des Cameron. Obviously, he was doing very well in Lakeland. Now we move him to Erie, and he's taken off there. So that's very exciting. Jake Rogers started his first full season in AA. He struggled a little bit at the beginning, but now you see him now with the bat. The defense is off the charts. So like you mentioned, there's going to be a guy or two more. I think Funkhauser will probably be in a short period of time will be moved to Toledo this season, and there'll be other movements. Manning, like you mentioned, going to Lakeland, and as guys perform and as guys become consistent within their level of play, they'll be moving up the ladder, little by little, and that's basically part of the process.
One last question for me. You're going to leave here and go down and watch Lakeland, the minor leagues. How important is it for you to go down and watch the minor league kids? And you've seemed to have done it more this year than ever.
Yeah, well, because it's an important thing. You want to, we get the game reports all the time. We get the Rovers reports all the time. Tram also goes throughout the minor leagues and sends me a long, lengthy report on the progress or lack of our players. So, but it's also good for me to see it firsthand. You get a better feel for it, and I have my opinions too. Right. So it's also important. But we do have a great minor league staff. The players are progressing. They all progress at different levels. They're not all going to have tremendous success right away. And quite frankly, as we all know, some may not make it. But right now, we're really happy with the progress. And I'm kind of excited to get back to West Michigan because we just got, Cody Clemens just stepped in there. Rivera seems to be, hitting the ball good. So I'm kind of excited to go back and get a second look.
So Al Avila and the Tigers like what they have coming in the future. The present, not so much. The Tigers have dropped 12 of their last 15. And partly due to that, they made some roster moves yesterday. Sopel and Machado out. Victor Alcantara and Ronnie Rodriguez in. When you make a move of this magnitude, Simo, can it light a fire under a team?
Well, let's hope so. I do like the fact that they're giving Ronnie Rodriguez another opportunity here. His first stint, guys, just 2 for 24. But this young man was swinging the bat extremely well down in AAA. And he's also a player, as far as I'm concerned, Shep, that he hits everything. Yes, he's a free swinger, but he can hit the ball from his shoe top over his head. He's just one of those guys that, matter of fact, I go as far as to say he might hit one that bounces one day, but he has that kind of ability to where he can make some things happen. He's solid on the defensive side. Let's just hope that the roster moves helps this team get going a little bit.
Well, he gives you some punch. He gives you some pop off the bench, which is something, unfortunately, Dixon Machado couldn't give you. Dixon Machado was designated for assignment. What does that mean? He has to clear waivers in order for him to go back down to Toledo. And if he does, Ron Gardenhire thinks that he'll be a good candidate to play second and short, but he has to fix his swing. In the meantime, Ron Gardenhire understands that the real reason that Dixon Machado is being pushed out is because of Nico Goodwin's strong season so far.
We weren't really using Machado very much lately. I mean, you know, we trying to work on his swing and all those things, and Goody was playing so doggone good. It's just we had to keep him in the lineup somewhere or another, and second base he ended up, you know, the most of the time. So Goody, I mean, basically he took the job and ran with it, and he's been, you know, hitting from both sides and playing well. So Machado needs to play. He doesn't need to set. If he's going to find his swing, he's got to play, and this is a hard level to do it at. And so his struggles end up, you know, forcing us to do something like this. And then the pitching, obviously, we, you know, definitely wanted to make that move and get a young arm up here with velocity. That's in our organization, so we just flopped out him and, you know, Sapo. And, you know, we're just trying to see if we can get different set of arms in there and different people up here. Ronnie Rodriguez has been swinging great down there. There's not a lot to prove for him, so we're going to mix him around up here and you know, see what happens.
Yeah, let's face it, they need that strong arm out of the bullpen with Victor Alcantara. Warwick Softwell's numbers were just through the roof recently, making Alcantara right now lowest walk rate in his career. So it's not just a strong arm, it's the ability to pinpoint pitches. It's something that he's got to bring to that bullpen.
Yeah,
for sure.
walks have been killing the Tigers bullpen lately. It gives him a little different look because he can get it up there in the velo range. As for Nico Goodwin, though, now your everyday Tigers second baseman, that has to qualify as perhaps the biggest surprise surrounding this Tigers team this season.
Oh, no question about it. You give Nico a lot of credit. He forced the hand, guys, because of how well he's played. He's impacted this Tigers team not only from an offensive standpoint with his extra base hit power, but he's also impacted on the defensive side, being able to be a solid second baseman. He's also played shortstop. He's played third base. But I like now that he's going to get an opportunity, Chef, to play second base every single day. Now he can relax a little bit and he can get back to focusing only on being a productive player, and he's done that so far. So for me, I'm excited to see this late bloomer in Goodrum have the opportunity to play every single day.
We're going to hear a little bit more about him tomorrow night in our broadcast with 9 positions, and throughout the broadcast it's going to be a lot of fun. But I think what else he brings to this team besides a positive mental attitude is the fact that he's got some pop in that bat, man. I mean, he can go get it in defense, but he can also bring you a little bit of extra home run power, and we know this team needs it because it's the second fewest homers in the American League, man.
And speed as well. He can, he can get you around the base passes.
Yeah, get you first to third, yeah.
No question about that. All right, Matt, thank you for hanging out with us on our rainfill edition.
Yeah, well, I'm a little drier now because of you guys. I appreciate
that.
that.
That's right. We got you out of the rain. We're doing favors for Matt Shepard all night long.
Always doing me favors, folks.
We're always doing Matt Shepard favors. Matthew Boyd trying to do the Tigers some favors tonight by improving to 4-1 this season here at home. His first pitch against the Rangers coming up next on Fox Sports Detroit.
first hour, forcing a touch of a delay here tonight, but we are set for baseball. Delino DeShields Jr. stands in, and here we go. The first pitch of tonight's game is a bunt that is popped up, and it's going to be dropped at first by Adduci, and safe at first base is DeShields. Adduci tried to avoid a collision with Boyd. So the leadoff man is on. Matthew Boyd is on the hill for the Tigers here tonight, and he is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Matt, his 17th start. He's 4-6 on the year. I think he was 6 starts in June, averaging just a little over 5 innings per start. So he wants to extend that, but his confidence is growing, and he still has that ability, and we're counting on him to continue to develop.
Here is Elvis Andrus. He will stand in now with the leadoff man aboard. Andrus batting .268 this year, couple of home runs, has spent time on the disabled list. And he shows bunt and looks at a ball high. They've charged Adduci with an error on that play. Andrus has been hot of late, 8-game hitting streak for the Rangers. Now Boyd's 1-0 pitch. Instead, back to first. He was spinning his wheels, and DeShields just got back.
Matt's got a good move. A couple games ago, I think Toronto had something on him, was running on him, and also Liriano. But that was a good move there, and the Rangers don't appear to have. And Matt's probably worked on it to change tipping that throw over to first.
And again, a toss back. DeShields 16 out of 18 in stolen base attempts. The Rangers come in as a struggling bunch. They are 18.5 games back and in last place in that rugged West, where they have most teams playing pretty good baseball there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up foul. This will get back out of play. Here is the starting lineup for the Rangers tonight, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw DeShields, Andrus batting second, and then Mazzara, good young player, is hitting third. Beltre, Odor, and Profar in the middle of their lineup tonight. Gallo, Connor Falefa, and Guzman rounded out. 1-1 on Elvis Andrus. Nine RBIs this year for Andrus. Little chopper foul. DL stint in April, which went all the way into June with a fractured elbow for Andrus.
Yeah, he's been a staple there in with the Rangers, and certainly miss him now getting back into the swing.
And another toss to first as Boyd keeps his runner close down there to Shields. Matt Boyd has had really good numbers at home. 3-1 at home. His numbers across the board really good here at Comerica. Tigers are leaning on him tonight after dropping 4 out of 6 on the road trip. Andrus looks at a ball that just missed 2-2.
So what do they read? 2 points you're going to look at is you're going to look at the hands. You're going to look at, usually they're going to go up with them or they're going to go back with them. To throw home, you've got to figure the hands are going to go up.
Slice towards second, should be 2. Goodrum, Iglesias, and a double play. 4-6-3, nicely done.
Good job of picking themselves up on, got the ground ball there after the misplay and leading off the inning on DeShields. Right to him, double play, Taylor made. They go up quickly, good feed. That's the important thing that you see. Iglesias coming across the bag for a nice clean throw.
So with 2 outs here is Nilmar Mazzara, who's had himself a very good year. 15 homers, 55 driven in. The Tigers, as you can tell, play him to pull.
Generally that means 80% of the balls are hit to the right of second base or greater. 15 home runs, 55 RBI so far this year.
Solid 274 average as well for Mazzara.
Yeah, he hit the ball against us down in Texas. Hurt the Tigers.
2-0 is rolled foul off the end of the bat.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense. Left field, Mikey Montauk. Victor Reyes in center. Nicolas Castellanos in left. Ronnie Rodriguez at third. Jim Medusi at first. Nico and Iglesias up the middle. John Hicks behind the plate. Matt Boyd on the mound.
There's Steve Little, who took over the team yesterday in Chicago when Ron Gardenhire was not feeling well because of the heat. So it looks like he took the lineup card again tonight. So Steve probably handling business again here this evening. Just off the outside part of the plate. 3-2 now, and Mazzara stays alive.
But the pitch was right there on the corner.
Beltre waiting on deck, 2 out, nobody on, and now Mazzara steps out.
Mazzara, Matt Boyd tried to rush him right there, and Mazzara made the umpire call time.
High pop up into right field. It's going to be Castellanos coming in, and Nicholas hauls it in to retire the side. No runs, no hits, an error, nobody left. Here comes the bottom of the first. At this point, the Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be Montauk, Castellanos, and Goodrum in the top 3 spots. John Hicks will bat cleanup, followed by Vmart, the DH, Chimadusi at first base, and a bottom 3 of Rodrigues, Iglesias, and Reyes. And they'll be tested by Giovanni Gallardo, who is presented tonight by MGM Grand Detroit.
A little different pitcher. He pitched several years for the Brewers and had a good power arm. 4 pitches. Right-handers really hitting over 300 off him now. He pitches better on the road. A lot of first pitch curveballs for strikes you're going to see. So see if the Tigers hit any of those. And one of the things, he does not have the velocity that he used to have. So we'll keep an eye on that. 90, 91 miles an hour, probably through 93 to 95 earlier in his career. But he's been in some playoff games. Actually beat us, the Diamondbacks, way back in 2011 to get us out of the playoffs. But he's a veteran guy. They're hoping to continue to give the Rangers solid innings.
32 years old, the native of Mexico. He's gone to 2-0 here on Montauk. Mikey swings, rolls it foul, third base side.
When he gets behind, you'll see he'll drop a lot of curveballs in. Looking for that slider he used to have. Has not been a good pitch for him yet this year in his first 3 starts.
Gallardo was released by the Reds at the end of spring training and then signed by the Rangers in mid-April. High fly ball. It's into left field and playable. And it finally falls in the glove of Joey Gallo.
Let's take a look at the starting defense. The Rangers starting defense brought to you by Tim Hortons. Joey Gallo out there on left. Lino DeShields leads the major leagues in defensive runs saved for center fielder. Nilmar Mazzara at right. Jurickson Profar at third. Ronald Guzman at first. Elvis Andrus at shortstop. And Rougned Odor at second base. Kiner Falefa sketching Giovanni Gallardo. Go ahead, give me that one.
Kiner Falefa. Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Here's Castellanos, who looks at a strike. So Nick had a good road trip. Had 7 hits. He sits safely now in 5 straight, and he hit a grand slam in that Toronto series.
And we were talking about it in the open. The amount of measure he has within this Tigers lineup is huge. Percentage of production. That's since Miggy has been out for the year here. It's been about 3 weeks, hasn't it, Mario?
It has.
June 12th or 13th, Miggy went down. But and I saw that Simo was talking about his ability to hit curveballs. The key to Nick is he moves towards the pitcher. Simo was pointing out how he keeps his hands back. But Nick says he tries to keep his hands attached to his back hip, because if they drift, you're toast. You're not going to have any production, and you're not going to have a quick bat. So Nick's really got an interesting way of looking at hitting. It's always interesting talking to him about his keys, and he's very open about sharing them.
For this lineup this year and how it stands right now, do you like him in the 2 spot?
Well, I think it depends who else you have, but many sabermetricians say 2. I think it's 2 and 4, and then 3 are your top 3 spots to have your best hitter. And he certainly, I think you'd have to argue, is the Tigers' best hitter. And he doesn't like look for breaking balls. He just says he keeps his hands back. He tries to pull the off-speed pitches more with full extension. Then he can just change his bat path to a fastball and take it more up the middle or the opposite way.
Gallardo now with the 2-2. Nick sends a roller towards second. Odor is there. And Castellanos retired 2 away. What's going on with the weather here tonight? We mentioned little rain shower passed through, but it's 90 degrees at game time.
We're happy to see that. Out to left field at 13 miles an hour. This rain shower blew in very quickly. Dogs liked it. Did you bark in the
I did.
open?
I bark in the open. Well, because it's bark at the park night. So make the furry friends feel welcome.
A couple of years ago when I got into a shameful bet. Do you remember that?
No, I do.
Had to bark like 15 times.
Right, that was our low point.
That was? We can't go lower?
Well, I take it back. That's always possible.
Yeah, give that dog some water.
Here's the 1-0 pitch.
And a haircut.
Right in front of the plate. Kiner Falefa will throw him out, and Nico retired. Going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Gallardo on Bark at the Park night. Getting some water. He's thirsty. on the Bark at the Park night. Time now for Lowe's whole team together. Want to highlight the Tigers starting pitchers. 6 or more innings in 8 consecutive games now. The first time since May of 2014 they've turned that trick.
That always helps your bullpen, of course. Bullpen has struggled, certainly as of late. Get your starters deeper, trim some innings off of those guys in the bullpen, and they also don't have to get up as much to warm up, which people don't generally think about. You get up and you warm up. Sometimes you don't go in the game. You sit down, you cool down, back up again. It takes a lot out of your arm.
Here's the 1-1. Beltre rips it foul. I know I've asked you this before, but it bears asking again. When you're a manager and you get to the ballpark every day, you get your card which says who's available, but does it indicate, you know, if guys got hot but didn't get into the game, and does that figure into whether or not you use a guy?
It does. It does include all the information. There's degrees of hotness, just like there is in this booth right here.
And it's at 10 right now in terms of this booth. But
yeah,
anyway,
the Chuck you're talking about. So, but anyway, yeah, you know how much they've warmed up, and if they get hot, you pretty much, as a manager, need to bring them in. You don't want to get caught like that. You don't get guys hot if you're not going to bring them in, and you're trying to avoid a situation where you bring him in too late or you sit him down. But it does happen sometimes. The biggest time it happens is when you're on the road and you're got your closer up. Say you're in the tie game. He's got to get up every inning and get loose.
Oh, right.
But if he doesn't, but if you don't go ahead, he sits back down. Get into extra innings, and that continues to pile up, take its toll.
Beltre shoots it foul to third base. Adrian spent some time on the disabled list. He was taken out of the lineup last night, had an infected tooth, which forced him out of the lineup before the game started.
Ooh, dentist.
The dentists aren't fun, especially when
the drills start going.
3-2, the count stays on Beltre.
You probably don't even mind the dentist, do you?
Well, it depends. If it's for a routine cleaning, yeah. If it's for a root canal, no. I'm not going to be a fan of that. Again, the 3-2. Man, this is a pretty good at bat here for Beltre.
Yeah, look at Beltre. He sees the ball inside. He pulls it foul. That ball's running away. He's not really trying to put that ball in play. Many hitters, especially young hitters, they try and hit every ball hard. It's not going to happen. You know, you can't cover it all. It kind of looks like Beltre's just staying alive here, waiting for a mistake and trying to hammer that. If he does, Boyd trying to keep making good pitches.
Pulled foul to third base. Nifty play down there by Rodrigues, but it's foul.
Boyd, we got a shot of that. Here you get a good look. Does that go over the bag? Well,
I don't think so.
Chris Siegel says no. Umpire Chris Siegel.
10 pitch at bat right now for Beltre. 309 hitter this year, Beltre. High fly ball center field is chasing Reyes back. Still going back to the edge of the warning track. One gone. By the way, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll be selecting the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's.
I make a prediction.
Sure.
Ronnie Rodriguez.
Well, that's because he was your Ram pick the stick select.
Well, that's not why. I just predict it. I'm saying. You see him pick that foul ball right there?
I did.
He's on it.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind it.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Ronnie Rodriguez had a first stint up here, right?
He did.
Did not go very good. He got off to a tough start, but he's been killing it in the ball down in Toledo as he was before he came up. And some are being skeptical of whether he can bring that game to from Toledo to here, and that's what he's here for, right? I mean, he's getting there. A lot of guys are going to get an opportunity this year, and I'm behind Ronnie for tonight. My MVP.
1 ball to no strikes on Rougned Odor. You talk about Ronnie killing it down at AAA. He was indeed killing it. But trying to get that up here to the big league level.
Give him the numbers.
They were really good, and really good in the homers, average, and RBI columns. Here's a 1-1 swing and a miss.
But I mean, just think of all the young players that you watch come up or get an opportunity. And I know Simo talks about all the time about slowing that game down. And if that interferes when you first get here, because you do get the bright lights are a little different than the lights down there, you get excited. Maybe you're playing against Adrian Beltre, right?
Swing and a miss, and Odor is history. 2 gone. Yeah, you're absolutely
It's like
right.
I played against Yaz. I was like, wow, I'm on the same field with Yaz. And
yeah.
Good pitch right here, Matt Boyd. You're talking about throwing the fastball. He gets the slider. Good grip right there. Look at him get around that ball. No, what we call bumping that slider. It just comes right out. Just deep biting action out of the zone for a strikeout.
The first of the game now for Boyd. Here is Jurickson Profar. There was a time where Profar was considered one of the best in baseball in terms of prospects. He is batting .244 this year. He has popped 8 home runs. Everybody okay down there? Here's the 0-1. Pulled a left field base hit. And Profar has a 2-out single for the Rangers. Fans bring the kids to the ballpark this Sunday when the Tigers take on these Rangers at 110. Sunday Kids Day, and all kids 14 and under receive a free kids pedometer watch courtesy of St. Joseph Mercy Health System. If you'd like tickets, 866-66-TIGER or tigers.com. You keep track of how many steps you take every day? You walk a lot.
Yeah. But you?
No, I don't keep track. I try and get on the treadmill every day.
How many miles do you try and get in?
Oh, about 40, 50 a day. No,
In your car?
yeah.
But when you're golfing, it doesn't really measure, does it? I mean, you got to try and get, I would say, at least 10,000 steps.
Yes, that's what they say. There are days where I come close, there are days where I go over, and there are days where I fall miserably short of that.
So let's see, I got 8,500. Going back another day, 15,000.
Nice.
6,500. 13,000. My last was at 5.
Gallo takes a big rip.
A big shift down there. You can see Nico way over here in this hole for obvious reasons, because they know that the data shows that's where he's going to hit it, and because the first baseman is holding the runner.
Well, when he hits it, it goes far, and that one's going far. Oh my goodness, to the back of the bleachers out in right field. Castellanos didn't even move. That is one of the longest home runs we have seen here at Comerica Park.
.453 feet estimated. He did connect.
Holy smokes.
They're talking about him leading the league in strikeouts, setting a record. You see him staying away. And this one, he makes a mistake. Middle third in. It's a hanger. He recognizes it. And he gets it all.
21st home run of the year for Joey Gallo. The 2-out single kept it going, and Gallo cashed in. Strike 1 on Kiner Falefa. Well, that is the second longest home run that Gallo has hit this year.
What was the first?
466 feet.
Is that Texas?
Not sure where that was hit. The exit velocity was 112 on that hole. There's a swing and a miss. Kiner Falefa is out of there. And they'll throw down to complete the strikeout to end the inning. Joey Gallo with a 2-run shot, 2-0 Texas. ERA since 2015 with a minimum of 250 innings pitched. You see that Gallardo is second on that list.
He is. He's had some great years, and so far cruising through the Tigers lineup in the first inning only. Tigers are going to get back after him here, try and tie it up.
Here's John Hicks batting in the cleanup slot tonight for the Tigers, and Hicks looks at a ball low. Big John homered in the series in Chicago, his 8th home run. Solo shot at Wrigley Field. And Gallardo missing again. 2-0 the count on Hicks.
John Hicks has shown that he likes the fastball. He's got good pop in his bat. He's caught as he is tonight, and he's also played a lot of first base, so he's improved quite a bit.
Slot him off, but it's bobbled, and safe at first base is Hicks. Guzman couldn't find the handle. It's going to be the second error of the night.
Yeah, in the infield, it looks like Guzman just gets a little funny hop right there on the edge of the grass in the dirt. Then you kind of get a little panic within yourself, try and do something quick, and you end up missing it again, and John Hicks will be on base to lead it off.
E3. We'll bring up Victor Martinez. '65th error of the year for the Rangers. Only the White Sox have committed more errors. Defense has not been a strong suit for Texas so far this year. Victor 4 out of 17 on the road trip for the Tigers. Here is Gallardo's 1-0. Gallardo early in this game is falling behind many of the Tigers hitters.
There you see the 84 mile an hour. He's got good off speed and secondary pitches. Will spot his fastball and elevate it as well.
When you saw Gallardo with the Brewers, he was really good. He spent 8 years in their rotation and made an all-star team in 2010. Won a lot of games for them.
He did. He was really their ace. Hard to get on him. We battled him, and he stuck it to us. But he keeps you off balance. He's got a real good acumen in baseball. That he knows what to throw in a given situation. Very unpredictable. He could throw any of his pitches and locate them as well.
It'll dive low, and now the count fills 3-2. Gallardo fell behind 1-0 on 4 of the first 5 batters so far.
And he's looking for a double play here for sure for Victor. Usually they shift Victor. Not tonight like they normally do. And that has a lot to do with the way Victor's been hitting the ball the other way.
Runner going, rolled foul. So they started Hicks on 3-2 rather, to stay out of that double play. By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries.
Well, you know what I always beg for? They don't even make them anymore.
What is it? I forgot already.
The Arby's Junior.
Oh, the Junior. They don't make it anymore?
Yeah, they've got another one.
Runner goes again, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, tag, and he's out. It'll be a strike him out, throw him out. Tigers gambled there, and it did not pay off.
Victor didn't strike out that much. Tigers have not been scoring a ton of runs, so you're going to put John Hicks in order, in motion. Look at that throw up towards first base. He tags him up high in the helmet, it looks like. He may have been safe there, but they're not going to challenge it. This is where slides come in. You know, if you have a little different slide. How about the slide you guys dealt with yesterday?
Oh, in Chicago with Baez.
Yeah, that was a great slide.
That might have been one of the best slides I've seen in a while.
Yeah, you have to be conscious of where that ball is. If you can keep track of it, you can align yourself so you can pull that off.
It was the Baez steal of home plate on the pickoff throw. Ducey, the batter.
They had him, but the good slide changed the outcome. The deuce.
The deuce, 1 for 5 so far this year at the big league level.
Deuce is loose, huh? Did you drop the deuce on me?
Did I what? No, I didn't. Here's the 0-2. Chop foul. 0-2.
I love that. I love the name. Well, at first we called him Aducci when he came up last year. Now it's Aducey. So I fumbled names around a time or two about telecast. So just trying to verify and get it right.
0-2 on Aducey. 1-2.
Pushing me.
No, I'm not. All right, Jim Aducey called up for the Tigers, been playing some first base. He was up with the ball club last year and performed well.
And I picked him with his first game for the Ram. Pick the stick.
He got your points, didn't he?
I think he got one. I don't know. And then his nickname for me is the Gooch.
Why is it the Gooch?
Well, it rhymes with the Dooch.
Oh. Okay.
But he can hit. I can tell you that. He played well for the Tigers and finally getting his opportunity this year as well as he did last year.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Aducey is out of there. A couple of strikeouts for Gallardo, and the Tigers are down in the second. Tonight in the Gallo home run, and the Rangers have Guzman to Shields and Andrews facing Matthew Boyd, who fires strike one to Guzman. Number 9 hitter for the Rangers. He sits safely in his last 3, batting .238, and a wave and a miss. 0-2. Boyd allowed a 2-run single in the second, then the Gallo homer. Outside as Guzman lays off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So there was a good slider. One he gave up the home run on. Hung up over the plate. You can see Matt making the adjustment to make sure he throws it where he wants it.
Chopped up the middle, and it's going to be a long run in the backhand. Goodrum throws, and it's unable to be picked there by Aducey. The runner is safe.
Nico going to his right, ranged quite far. Good pick, and unable to make a good throw, and just popped up a little bit. And Aducey, and Guzman's safe.
It'll be ruled a base hit, leadoff man on. Top of the order now, Delino DeShields, who popped up a bunt in his first at bat. It was misplayed. There's a strike called on DeShields.
He likes to run. He gets on base, 15 stolen bases, caught twice, and he's the kind of guy, if you're playing the outfield, you need to really get to the ball and get it in quick. He will advance and take the extra base.
Chopped left side of the infield. Iglesias ranging right, gets the out at second, and that's it. Nice play by Iggy. Let's bring in Matt Shepard.
Mario, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts love rock and roll, but they love baseball too. I'm not sure you knew that. And she's a huge baseball fan, part of a 27-city tour. She'll play tomorrow night at DTE. What do you like most about baseball, Joan?
Oh boy, I love the strategy of it. I love that it's a team sport, and that everyone's got to work together to make a win for everyone.
You like to go into ballparks. You and I were talking earlier. What are some of your favorite ballparks to attend?
Well, my favorite's my own team, Baltimore Orioles. I like Camden Yards, so yeah. But you know, so I'd say we got to, where did we get? We got to Wrigley Field last year.
We went to St. Louis last year.
Yeah.
So we get around.
They're all pretty much, I mean, they're all
beautiful.
amazing now.
Yeah. It's funny because there's a lot of people who feel like baseball is too slow. And as rockers, I would think you want everything fast. So it's almost like a contrast. What is it besides the strategy that keeps you engaged?
To me, it doesn't seem slow. You know, I understand compared to other sports, it may seem slow, but I don't really get that from it.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2015. How special was that for you?
It was quite amazing. It was really surreal. It was an honor, and I'm really happy to be there.
Well, we're happy you're here in Detroit. Go rock them tomorrow night. You guys look great. You sound great. I know somebody saw them during the Foo Fighters 20-year reunion tour and said Joan Jett and her band killed it, shredded it, loved it. Tomorrow night, DTE, 7 o'clock. Be there, Gibby, or be square, man.
I got to work, but you know, she was there way back when it was called Pine Knob.
I know. I was there way back when it was called Pine Knob.
Does she remember?
Yeah, you remember Pine Knob?
Oh yeah, we
sure.
still call it Pine Knob.
Yeah, they still call it Pine Knob. 2 thumbs up for that, Gibby.
So Crimson and Clover.
Oh,
Crimson
yeah.
and Clover. We can go on and on now. You want to start?
No, let's
You want to start?
not.
I Love Rock and Roll.
Have her put another dime in the jukebox, baby.
Oh, Mario.
Run away.
Do you know how old man, white man that sounded? Put another dime in the jukebox, baby.
Coming
Did you just
from
say
you.
that? You're right. Coming
I've
from
seen
me.
your dance moves, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
You have?
You and I cutting a rug.
Yeah. There's strike call on Andrews. 1
That
and 2
is
to
something
count.
nobody wants to think about right now.
All right. Well, hey, it's pretty cool to have Joan Jett down there.
Yeah, it's really cool. The whole band is here. They're having a great time. They weathered the rain, and tomorrow night they're going to kick it at DTE. So it's pretty sweet.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Shep.
All right, fellas. Yeah.
1 and 2 to count on Andrews. And Elvis looks at a ball outside. 2 and 2. Andrews knocked into a double play in his last at bat, and another one here would look nice. Rangers lead 2-0 in the home run by Gallo.
Yeah, I think that if you kept throwing over there, you're going to get the Shields. You might have to throw 4 or 5 times over there. Maybe just be patient and see if he wants to go. And if you're John Hicks, you got to come and get that ball if he takes off for second.
There he goes. And a foul at home plate. It banged off Hicks.
Good read there. It looked like a lot of runners go on first move. DeShields actually read that there. And I was talking about if they do go first move and the throw goes over to the first baseman, Ducey has to come and get that ball and get to the inside of the base path to create a good throwing lane so they can get DeShields.
This time DeShields will draw a throw, and that was a
Yeah, they're going to
play.
look at that one. They're going to look at that one down in the dugout. I saw him running for the phone. Let's take a look. Look how he's low. DeShields is low. No, he's safe. Low and towards the back of the bag. It's good technique.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled straight back.
Coming our way. Somebody caught it.
There you go. Oh, look what number he's wearing.
No wonder he caught it. Right off the chest. Any way you can do it,
That's
huh?
right.
Get her done.
Doesn't matter. Runner goes again, and it's flared toward right field, slicing. Castellanos on the move, won't get there, but it's a foul ball.
Let's take a look at the Shields. I was talking about many runners go first pitch. He's got to read. He takes his time. He's reading, and then he goes. So he's not really picked it up on an early recognition. It's somewhat a little later, but he feels confident with his lead. He can still make it.
Drill down the left field line is a foul ball.
Change up there. Okay, now let's take a look. We got the pitcher here. Let's do it in slow motion. Many runners go first move. Look at, he kind of goes and he's looking, takes his time and makes sure that he knows he's going home. Is that the second or third time that he's gone during this at bat? Like I said, 15 steals, only caught twice. He knows what he's doing.
Drill toward left field. That ball is going to stay fair, and that ball is going to go off the top of the wall. DeShields coming to third base. He is in there safely, and it'll be a double for Elvis Andrus, who nearly hit it out.
It looks like there you see all at the top of the zone, and he finally gets one down and in, and Andrus off the wall in left field. Looked like he wanted it away, and the ball came in over the middle of the plate, just below the yellow line. A little bit of trouble here to pitch out of if you're Matt Boyd.
And now Boyd is going to have to deal with the number 3 hitter Mazzara, who flied to right field in his first at bat. Tiger defense tight at the corners, back up the middle.
If you want a weak ground ball, many pitchers go inside because they try and jam them, and that would allow Ducey a chance to cut the Shields down at home plate.
Chopper back up the middle. Goodrum on the scoop. Quick flip, got him. A run will score. That'll make it 3-0 Rangers. Mazzara gets an RBI. Pretty good play there by Nico up the middle.
Pretty good. You get good hands, you can tell. It didn't have a great hop there, but got around it, gathered the ball, and made sure he made a good, strong, accurate throw.
Mazzara gets his 56th RBI with 2 away. Now here is Beltre. Ball 1. It's amazing how good of a career Beltre has put together. Recently went over 3,000 hits. Now has more than 3,100 hits in his career.
Still going strong.
He is.
Tougher time staying healthy.
But despite that, he still has put up very good numbers. Now, as you mentioned, he's been on the DL this year, so health has been an issue. He's been automatic at third as well defensively with 5 Gold Gloves.
Very good.
Out in front, 1 and 2.
Big out here. You want to hold the Rangers to a 3-run lead. Don't let them tack another one on.
On the ground of the third baseman, Candelario bobbles it, still has time, and he is safe at first. For now, we'll see if the Tigers look at it. Another run will score.
That was a tough play right there. Big top spin on it. He did a drop step. take a look at the throw. Did he get him? I think he was safe.
Hicks tried to buy it, but the umpire down there at Hickox, or tried to sell it rather, Hickox wasn't buying it. Just beat the throw. It'll be an error on the third baseman Candelario, or rather Rodrigues. Here's a ball outside. Candelario getting the night off tonight with Ronnie playing third base. So this game now has seen a few errors.
Well, this lineup is new. Iglesias and Castellanos really the only consistent position player on the year. So you got Mikey, Victor, Ronnie, Nico now becoming the everyday second baseman in the Ducey. John Hicks behind the plate.
Odor struck out in his first at bat. Inside corner 1-2 on Rougned Odor. We have had 3 errors in this game, 2 by the Tigers and 1 for the Rangers. Swing and a miss, and down goes Odor to end the inning. 2 runs in for the Rangers. Last night, Carlos Gomez decided to blow off a little bit of steam. Mickey York has more on this not so friendly exchange when we come back.
It has been a tough year for Tampa Bay's Carlos Gomez. He struck out in his first at bat against the Marlins. Actually thought he was hit by a pitch. They said no, he wasn't. And it took his frustrations out on the water coolers in the dugout. A vicious uppercut delivered to one of it. And those are some of the best swings he's had all season long, according to the people that follow the Rays on a regular basis. It was an impressive display of frustration and anger boiling over, courtesy of Carlos Gomez last night. And you know what, Mario? Gibby, every now and then you just got to let it out. It's not good to keep that stuff bottled up inside.
Apparently not. How about some anger management classes there for Mr. Gomez?
He was good after that. He blew off all of his steam.
Great. Chopper up the middle, and it's going to find a seam. Ronnie Rodriguez with a base hit.
Well, I can tell you from experience, certain people have aggressive traits and they have a hard time controlling their emotions sometimes. And I've seen Carlos do that before in other ways, but that's pretty. It's kind of pretty scary there.
That's extreme.
You got to make sure you're in the dugout. You stay away. That's the other thing. You could hurt somebody. But he's just passionate and cares. But you got to learn to curtail that, as I had to. I chucked a helmet one time and it took off like a wing into the stands.
in the stand.
Yeah, it just took right. I was trying to throw it into the bat rack, and it just took off right up over the dugout and almost hit somebody. And that really was the last time I did that. Thank you, Lord, that it didn't hit anybody.
Iglesias with the 0-1 pitch. That'll slide high, and the count goes 1-1.
A little bit of rain.
The fans, they are heading for cover. We had a bit of a delay at the start of this one tonight with rain. It'll miss low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Iglesias. We're in the bottom of the third, 4-0 in favor of the Rangers. Iggy at 273 had a 3-hit game yesterday at Wrigley. Ball high. Now the count goes 3-1.
Tigers got burned going in motion earlier in the game. Do they try it again? Probably not. They're down 3 or 4-0.
There's a strike. Iglesias thought he had a walk. It caught the bottom of the strike zone. 3-2. Reyes on deck. That's single, by the way, for Ronnie Rodriguez. Broken 0 for 22.
Told you. You guys
picked him.
Yeah, he's gonna go big fly next time with a couple on.
3-2, and it's lined to left field. Base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Tigers here in the third. Hey, the Tigers take on these Rangers tomorrow at 7:10. The first 10,000 fans 21 and older receive a patriotic picture courtesy of Miller Lite. Stay after the game for the Friday night fireworks show. If you'd like tickets, go to tigers.com.
Want to get the ball near her. Now Gallardo's going to keep the ball down, look for the grounder.
Reyes fouls it back.
Boy, he had a cut there, didn't he?
A huge cut. Reyes starting in center field. Jacoby gets the night off. Profar at third is on the grass. Reyes looks at a ball outside. 1-1. This is the first trouble that Gallardo has had tonight. He really has not been all that consistent in his balls and strikes. The ratio not all that good.
See, he's throwing a lot of two-seamers today. Elevated away from the left-handers. Ball starting over the middle of the plate and moving its way off. Then he'll throw that breaking ball out of that same plane to call a backdoor breaking pitch.
Little chopper back to the mound. They'll go to 2nd-1, and the relay is a double play.
That's what I was talking about. That's the pitch right there.
2 gone now. The man at third.
Backdoor breaking ball, and you can't try and pull that pitch. See the base runners there. Both had good jumps. Nothing you can do. Right to Gallardo, who's an excellent fielding pitcher, and he turns 2.
So it'll take a 2-out hit down from Matuk. Mikey looks at a bender that drops in. Fly to left field in his first at bat. Rangers coming into this game had played really well recently here at Comerica, having won 10 of their last 12.
Getting dark out.
It is.
Not as in daylight. I think maybe a little extra cloudage.
Tigers on that road trip batted .248 as a team. And they've got a very short homestand here, just 4 against the Rangers before they close out the first half on the road, heading up to the All-Star break. Pulled on the ground at third, gobbled up by Profar, and his throw is in time to retire the side. So the Tigers get 2 hits, strand a man, do not score, and Tigers baseball presented tonight by Bell Tire.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
It is a wet night here at the ballpark. Rain continuing to fall here at Comerica. The Tigers down by a score of 4-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. Umbrellas are out, ponchos to follow, and the fans heading for cover. Jurickson Profar leads it off for the Rangers. Rangers got a pair in the second and the Gallo homer, and then 2 more in the third. Pulled toward left and through. It's a base hit for Profar, and he is 2 for 2.
Yeah, off-speed pitch up there. It seems like he's having trouble getting any downward action on those off-speed pitches, and they're just reaching out and pulling them in the hole.
So here is Joey Gallo.
You know, we saw the umpires meeting with Heather, the groundskeeper. See a little lightning out there, and
yeah,
could have an interruption here coming up.
Gallo skies this one in the air toward left center, and it'll drop into the glove of Mikey Matuk.
Good job by Mikey getting that ball in quickly.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Struck out in the second.
Kiner-Falefa, we were talking before, he was his 5th game that he's caught only in the big leagues. Third base, second base. Very good third baseman. But very athletic and playing well.
Runner goes, throw high, not in time. Stolen base for Profar.
His 8th has not been caught yet. Looks like a first move here.
Now Kiner-Falefa, a chance to drive in a run as the rain continues to fall. Chopper up the middle. Goodrum knocks it down, can't make the play. And this will score a run. Ball caromed off the glove of Nico Goodrum. Profire scores on the play. Now the rain really coming down. They're going to have to take everybody off the field here. Grounds crew at its ready, and they will come on out and put the tarp on the field. And it is really coming down now.
Really got in there quickly, didn't it?
It had been raining for the last 10 minutes or so, but it really has picked up in its intensity now. And so the grounds crew coming out, they will cover the field, and hopefully this is another shower that is just passing through, but there is rain in the forecast for most of the evening tonight.
Yeah, on and off, and the wind's coming up right now. The grounds crew doing the best they can to get it out. Remember way back in Tiger Stadium, they used to think they could get it on in about a minute. So it only takes a couple minutes, and you have to make sure they keep the tarp from taking off. The wind can get underneath it. And the fields are way better than they used to be. There's a lot of good product in there, and it'll take quite a bit of rain.
The wind is not your friend in these situations if you're the grounds crew. Once it gets under the tarp, it's very difficult to control it, but they're doing a good job here trying to cover it up now. With the rain falling here at Comerica.
When you come back, Tigers, they're going to have to watch that. That grass will be wet, and that's a condition you want to keep your eye on. It'll skip on you. But so far for the Tigers, it's been kind of a disappointing game. They have a couple of errors and have not fielded another play or two. But they do, in all fairness, have new guys at new positions, and that's going to be that way. They're going to move them around a little bit. They'll get their experience and be a little more dependable and reliable on the plays.
Well, it's been a sloppy game to be sure, and of course Joey Gallo got the scoring going early here against Matt Boyd with that long 2-run homer to right field. And when you look at some of the scoring summary in this game, this is where it all started with a Gallo home run.
Now here's a guy's hitting under 200, okay, 199 lifetime hitter, but hits lots of home runs and long ones when he connects. They're not just short ones over the scraping the wall, but they're way out. That one was almost over the concourse, and then Elvis Andrus had the double right there. And then Mazzara had the sack, actually a fielder's choice, that scores another. You see a lot of these balls are up in the zone. I hear Rodrigues got played a little bit. Was unable to get his glove turned over. Right there, Nico Goodrum with the dive. That's when the monsoon hit. That was mid-monsoon, and now the tarp is on the field. The Tigers trail 5-0 here at the top of the fourth.
Rain still falling here at the ballpark, and as we mentioned, the Rangers coming into this park have won 10 of their last 12 at Comerica, so they've made themselves at home here, and they have raced down to a 5-0 lead in this one as Tigers fans wait it out.
Another thing, a little surprising, Giovanni Gallardo is throwing a pretty good game. I guess I expected him not to be as good as he has been in previous years. Like you say, through 8 years with the Brewers, he's got playoff experience. He's come out here, he's been the Giovanni Gallardo that I saw. Not as much velocity, but I see the movement on his pitches. We were talking in the last at bat there by, was it Reyes, where he ran the ball away, ran it away, then threw the backdoor breaking ball, and you can't try and pull it. It's just a very smart sequence by a veteran pitcher. Got the pitches where he needed to get them, and got the job done, got the double play, and the Tigers were unable to score. So we're trying to do the same, and we're going to have a little rain delay here in the interim.
Well, here is our Nissan going back to college. The Tigers' third-round pick in the 2018 draft. I don't know if you saw this last night, but Cody Clemens, and yes, he is of the Roger Clemens family.
Not a pitcher.
Not a pitcher, but he can play some infield, and he can apparently hit as well. Cody hit a couple of home runs last night, and that was for the West Michigan Whitecaps. He was a Golden Spikes finalist and Big 12 Player of the Year in college. Here's some video.
Got some pop. This is not an easy park to hit the ball out of. I've seen a lot of balls that don't go out right there, but he got two here in this game. Feeling good, feeling light on his feet. You just come into pro ball, that's exciting. And, you know, everybody wants to advance through the system. And the Tigers have, I just got done coming back from Erie. A lot of the prospects are at, and saw some real good players. And the fun thing is to watch these players develop over time. You see them, and then you see them a year later or 2 years later. I saw the young shortstop Alcantara, who I saw at 16 years old down in the Dominican Republic, and have gotten to see him pretty much year by year. I was very impressed with the way that he has progressed. Daz Cameron really crushed it. That's Mike Cameron's son, playing center field and right field down there. Really is developing. He's a youngster. He's like 20, 21 years old.
And we have some breaking news. Cam Gibson is homered for Double-A Erie.
I heard that. Yeah, he's been on a bit of a tear. He's been down there in Lakeland, Florida. That's a hard place to play, but you got to earn your way out of there. And actually, Stewie got hurt, and Cam got called up and has been having some limited success so far. So, you know, doesn't matter whether it's your son or anybody. All these kids work hard. The Tigers organization really busts down. Their coaches work long hours trying to get these young men to fulfill a dream and get up here for you fans and give you some excitement and win another world championship.
Well, as you can tell, the fans are taking cover and bark at the park night. The little furry friends as well getting a little soaked here this evening. 5-0 is our score. The Rangers on top of the Tigers. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Mickey York, Craig Monroe, Matt Shepard will join you from the set. Rain falling here at Comerica. We'll be back. Tigers have Matthew Boyd answering the bell here. It's always dicey when the rain delay goes around 40-45 minutes to an hour, then all of a sudden the starter does not return. But Boyd is out there. Here are the numbers so far, Kibby. 5 runs in 3 1/3, 4 of those earned. What have the Rangers done really well against him early in this game?
Yeah, I think he's just got some balls that have not gotten on the corners of the plate, not moving one way or the other. And the Rangers are a very aggressive team. They're catching it out front. The big home run by Gallo, that hurt right off the gate. That was a two-run jack. But you were talking about how do you know whether you leave your starting pitcher in the game or out of the game on a rain delay? Usually it's around 40 to 45 minutes, depending on circumstances, what kind of game they got going, high leverage situations. Previous game, how many pitches did you pitch? Previous 3 starts, how many pitches did you pitch? And overall the health of your pitcher, how he's been feeling. How old is he? Has he got 1,000 innings on his arm? Or has he got 100 innings on his arm? Those are all the things, and they feel comfortable with Matt Boyd going back out there. And I think they were less than 45 minutes. We'll be getting ready to go here shortly.
Well, let's take a look at StatCast now, powered by AWS. Joey Gallo just crushed one his first at bat.
Yeah, it's got a big launch angle there, 453 feet. His best is 465, 112 miles per hour off the bat. That was a no-doubter, and we can just leave that right there. This almost went up in this area here above the seats. I believe it was in the last row, though. It didn't make it quite that far. Nevertheless, it's over the wall, and there's the first 2 of 5 runs that Rangers have scored here as we get ready to go.
So the Rangers lead 5-0. They've added 1 more here in the 4th inning. Still batting with only 1 out. They have a runner at first base. Guzman the batter. And Ronald Guzman an infield single back in the 3rd. And Boyd delivers a breaking ball that stays up 1-0.
You really have to keep an eye on your pitcher now. He knows that he's had a big long rest. You want to see if his mechanics are good. You won't want him to go very far if they are not.
Again, missed way inside, and the count rolls to 2-0.
He's already at 70 pitches here, and we're in the 4th inning.
29-minute rain delay in the middle of this ball game. That's why Boyd was able to come back. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he'll drop in for a strike.
Oh, there's Matt Boyd. There, see, he's on the phone already. Missed with 2 breaking balls for 2 balls and no strike count. Came back the 2-0 count with another one and got it done.
Two and two now on Guzman. They're also taking the tarp off the bullpen mound now. The Tigers apparently will have some activity going. Top of the order, Shields waiting on deck. Driven high in the air to right field. Castellanos going back. He's going to the wall, and that ball is gone. A 2-run shot from the number 9 hitter, Ronald Guzman. And the Rangers get 2 more. 7-0 ball game.
I believe that was another breaking ball there, and you just kind of see how these at bats work as a hitter. You start to recognize, and this is going to be pitch by pitch. You just look, misses with the breaking ball. Now he's going to come back and miss with it again. Now he comes over 2-0 with the breaking pitch. Now he throws the fastball inside. Looks like there's another slider right there. But when you're a hitter, you start to recognize the ball coming out of the hand. If you don't, just mix it up more. And I just think that Guzman just recognized it and put the barrel on it, and now 7-0.
Well, he may be batting 9th, but he has 8 home runs on the year now. Little pop up off the bat of Shields. It'll be a Ducey at first base. 2 away. The Rangers have gotten 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and now 3 here in the 4th.
Well, I know Matt's got to be disappointed in that now. They've decided to let him finish this inning out. It looks like you've got to continue to push, get it cut off, we can score as well.
Here is Elvis Andrus. And there's action. Artie Lewicki. Way outside, all the way to the backside.
Let's see, he's missed his first 2 breaking balls, arm side up. Now he's missed there. I don't like it, so might want to look real closely and just make sure you're careful here with Matt. Seems to be having trouble finishing his pitches.
Pulled foul. Boyd came in with sparkling numbers here at home, 3-1 with a 2.61 ERA and a whip of under 1. They planted 7 on Matthew here tonight. Time now given to Andrus, who is 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the 3rd.
Tigers have 6 innings to get back in this game. Come from behind and win it. Seven hits for the Rangers, only 2 for the Tigers.
Ground ball up the middle of Iglesias. Spinning play. He'll throw him out.
A wet ball across the diamond, and he gets it done.
3 runs in for the Rangers. Now 7-0. So far in this one, the 2 teams have had to wait out 2 rain delays totaling 44 minutes. Guzman and Gallo each with 2-run homers. We've had 3 errors committed between the 2 ball clubs. And now Giovanni Guerrero will go back to the mound. Meanwhile, Matt Boyd having a chat with Rick Anderson.
Yeah, those you see James McCann stand there listening, taking it in. It's good stuff because you want to have an idea when you're working with the pitcher. Maybe he's going to catch his next bullpen, and he wants to make sure what the message is, keep it consistent. But he made some good pitches and got the outs, and we'll show you the mistakes just cost him.
Castellanos looks at ball 1 to get things rolling here in the bottom of the 4th.
It's time for the Tiger hitters to wake up a little bit, score some runs of our own.
Indeed, the Tigers have 2, 3, and 4 coming up here. Castellanos, Goodrum, and Hicks versus Gallardo. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike on Nicolas.
She's throwing that fastball right at the upper limits of the strike zone. To the lefties, he's two seaming it away a little bit. You can see the clouds are still in the area. We could have another delay. So that's good for those of you that are in the living room. or in an establishment.
The last two starts, by the way, the fastball for Gallardo, opponents batting just 160 against it. He's gone to 2-1 here on Nicolas. Swing and a miss.
Now that's a fastball. That's a two-seamer. You can see the movement on it. That's what you're looking for. There's a good finish on it. Watch how this ball, he's just going to pronate that straight down.
Bouncing in 3-2 on Castellanos. Tigers need base runners here.
Lots of them.
Nicolas grounded out his first time up. Again, Gallardo has thrown a lot of balls in this game. His ratio has not been all that good.
That's part of his repertoire, though, part of the way he goes about his work.
Here's the 3-2. And he lost him. Ball 4. Leadoff man on.
Good at bat by Nick, all the way to 3-2. Gets it done. Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Matt Boyd out of the game. Threw some very good breaking pitches early. Got away with a couple. See those on the outer edges of the zone. Then he hung a couple, one by Gallo, one by Guzman, a couple no-doubters, and we were asking ourselves why they have 4 lefties in the lineup. Well, they maybe knew something because they recognized the pitches from Matt and stung him good. 7-0 so far here as we are in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, normally when you face a left-handed pitcher, rarely do you see as many lefties in the lineup, but they've stung him with the long ball tonight. Goodrum looks at a strike. 1-1.
I believe when we were down there in Texas, they stung the ball on our staff as well. So we have the Tigers' numbers so far. Still time tonight, though.
Now the 1-1 offering. Ground ball right side, stabbed there at first by Guzman. Throws a lollipop to second. Castellanos will go all the way to third. Boy, Guzman's having a tough night at first base. It's going to be a second error.
That is the 4th error of the game. 2 by each team, and makes a good stab right here. Again, this ball is wet. I don't know if he didn't get his feet around, rushed it. Good read by Nick as he makes sure, being down 7-0, that he can advance to third base. Just because you're down doesn't mean you stop. He read it on his way. Tigers got something going.
First and third, nobody out. Let's take advantage, and Hicks looks at ball 1.
Gallardo again is going to be looking for that ground ball. You cannot go for that dirty candy, okay?
Dirty candy.
Yeah, that means he's trying to get you to swing at a marginal pitch for a double play ball. It's an analogy.
It's fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
We got out of 1 jam with consumption.
4 errors between the 2 teams, 2 for each squad. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, third base side, into left field, base hit. Out of the reach of Profar, a run will score. It's an RBI for John Hicks.
Here we go. Kind of got away with one right here. Sometimes it works out in your favor. Gets the ground ball. Texas not in the shift. Unable to pick it up, and the Tigers score a run, have first and second, nobody out. That'll be up to Victor.
Martinez struck out in a strike him out, throw him out double play in the second. Tigers on the board now, 7-1. That is their 3rd hit of the game. Bouncing ball right side. It'll be a foul ball.
Well, Victor sat on that curveball right there. He's familiar with Gallardo and what he features. Sat on that 0-0 breaking ball. Luckily it goes foul.
Gallardo is in his second tour of duty with the Rangers, won 13 games with them in 2015 and had an ERA of 3.42. Pretty good considering his home ballpark. Very conducive. Yeah, bandbox. Pulled to first, diving stop. And they'll get the out at first base. Guzman makes up for it with a diving play down the line.
He's everywhere. Really, his gloves have been fine. It's been his arm. Didn't have to throw that one, just an underhand toss. See, just dove. Ball went in his glove. Here you got 2 on, hoping that it gets down to the corner. You score a couple. Guzman makes up for the mistake earlier. Still have 2 in scoring position.
Here is Adduci. Struck out against Gallardo in the second. Ominous clouds still surround the ballpark tonight. We've had 44 minutes of rain delays. There's a shot to left field and a base hit. 1 run scores. They'll stop Hicks at third, and it's 7-2.
You see the grip. It's a changeup right there. The Deuce does a real good job in not trying to pull it. You see him serve it over there to left field. Real good read right here, and Dave Clark's going to stop him and make sure that no mistakes being down by as many runs early in the game. Leaves it up to Ronnie Rodriguez. Looking for his first big fly.
Fouled straight back 0-1. Ronnie had a single in the third, which snapped an 0 for 22 skid. He had 40 RBIs in 63 games down at AAA Toledo. And was batting .338. Chased up top 0-2.
See Gallardo, he knows where he's going to go. He knows Ronnie is an aggressive hitter. He may throw another one a little higher and try and get him to chase a pitch in the dirt.
Just off the corner, 1-2.
Looked like Ronnie was looking for a curveball there.
Here are the International League leaders. .338 for Rodrigues. He was leading the way. Adduci was on that list as well. Right back to the mound, off the pitcher, and a run will score. Adduci is on his way to third, and it's a 7-3 ball game. Ronnie Rodriguez, his second hit.
Gallardo gets ahead, but Rodriguez sticks with him, thinking middle. That hit Gallardo on the shin, didn't it?
Looked like it.
Started off with the high fastballs early, missed that one, a little higher. 0-2 count, just misses on the outside corner. Goes with the break ball. Ronnie stays on it. I thought that hit him, but I think he deflected it. Gallardo did with his glove.
Doug Brocail comes running out of the Texas dugout. It's a ball game once again, 7-3 now. The Tigers still in business for more. Jose Iglesias will stand in. Gallardo was staked to a 7-0 lead. It's been shaved to 7-3.
Boy, Iggy's been so good lately. Rangers are hoping for the double play. Tigers are hoping for one down the line or out of the park. Scores 2.
Strike 1 on Iglesias. Jose had a single in the third. Good stop there by Kiner Falefa. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tigers have gotten a little bit of help with an error by Guzman in this inning, and the Tigers 3 for 6 with men in scoring position tonight.
Yeah, making use of their opportunities all in this inning.
Little chopper slowly toward third. It's going to roll foul.
Gallo, it looked like a fastball again, one of those sinking fastballs. It's got good motion on it and good life on that pitch. It's hard to see if you're the hitter up there. It's kind of tricky because you're trying to lay off the high heater at the top of the zone and don't want to hit the ground ball as well. And hit it anywhere in here, stay anywhere here, score from third base. Big gap in left center, left center. Big right here for Iglesias.
Seventh man to bat in the inning, and now Gallardo has really slowed things down.
66 pitches.
Whistled foul, back out of play.
You want to know the arms too. Just Shields' arm not as good. That's why you see this in front of these two lines here. Mazzara and Gallo stronger arms, so that's why you need to have it.
Bouncing ball to second, could be two. Odor relay, double play. It'll go 4-6-3 to cut it off, but the Tigers get right back in it. They scored 3 times. 7-3 ball game at the end of 4. Back in this one. 7-3 is our scores. The Tigers put up 3. Look at that little guy.
Wish I would have known. We could bring our dogs. You got a dog?
I do.
You could bring them. They could play in here while we did the game.
Yeah, that'd be
could
awesome.
Participate.
But you have big dogs though, right?
Not big.
No.
55 pounds.
Oh,
How about you?
Yeah, mine's a little guy, a little girl, I should say. She's a
Perhaps.
mini golden doodle.
Perfect.
Yeah. Artie Lewicki now with the Wallside Windows pitching change.
Artie's 11th game. See the ERA at 5.28, 20 strikeouts, 10 walks. One of the things the Tigers relievers, a lot of walks lately. You got to find a way to get ahead in the count and throw strikes. Lewicki getting another opportunity here. as he came up for a little bit last year. The shift is on. See Nico way out there in right field. That's a rover position, like Mario used to play when he was a little kid playing rover.
I did.
Softball.
Yeah, with reckless abandon too. I was all over the outfield.
I always used to yell at the rover because I'd be playing right field and he'd say, "Get out of the way!" You know, he'd taking my ball.
I can just imagine. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1.
Then when I was the rover,
you took everything. You yelled at the right fielder, probably.
Well, just when I was on my way.
Yeah. Get out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Look at that. That's a Cam Gibson jersey here at the ballpark tonight.
It could be. Well, he wouldn't have a 23.
Why not?
It's retired.
No, you can't. You're right. Yeah. Here's the 2-2 now to Mazzara. Slice toward left field and hit well, and that ball is going to be caught. Nice play by Matuk. Mazzara hit that ball right on the button, and Mikey ran it down.
Yeah, good recovery right here. That ball took off. Came off the bat a little hot. And Mikey's, you can see the route that he takes this. When you start backpedaling like that, it's kind of a scary feeling, but he stays concentrating.
Jammed his hand. Watch his right hand.
Yeah, he got it in the fence.
Whistled foul, 0-1 at Beltray.
Yeah, these guys, they're ready to hit first pitch, aren't they?
They've been swinging tonight. There is some color in the sky now.
Had a rainbow earlier.
In there for a strike, 0-2 on Beltray. Reaching on an error in the third. He is also flied out in this game. Now they go 2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and Lewicki has retired the first 2 he has faced.
Good job keeping the ball down. Good deception. Getting ahead in the count will induce more swings when they get ahead. You see good downward action right there. That's 2 away.
This has certainly been a year of opportunity for a lot of the Tigers out of the bullpen. See Matt Boyd continuing his conversation with Rick Anderson. Lewicki getting a chance to prove what he can do. Showing bunt, ball 1. Victor Alcantara was called up, so he's in the bullpen these days for the Tigers.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you don't see him in the game. You always want to get somebody in the game when they get called up. Many times they just barely get to the park before the game starts. Let's take a look on the shift right here. See only 18% really to the right, to the left of second base. On the ground balls, you see 36 and 29. See Nico and Aducci.
The 2-0. Odor takes low, 3-0. Odor had a tough night against Boyd. Matthews struck him out twice.
Didn't like that lefty.
Ball high. It'll be a 2-out walk. Mikey Matuk now is bleeding apparently and trying to stop it. Just innocently threw his hand up there to try and brace himself. FIFA World Cup quarterfinals kick off tomorrow on FS1. First, Pogba and teen sensation Mbappe lead France against Uruguay. Then Neymar and Brazil battle Belgium. World Cup quarterfinals starting at 9 a.m. Eastern on FS1. Here is Profar. That's in there, 0-1.
Profar 2 for 2 today. Got a run scored. Looking for a nice weak grounder right here. Tigers infield alignments I think have changed as of late. Tigers have worked on it, analyzing the data. See the guys moving around. It used to be kind of the conventional shift. Now you see variations, and they rank much higher as of late, saving runs.
You think that data is constantly being looked at and modified throughout the course of the year and modifying the shifts?
I think that they're trying to understand what it really means. I mean, they've made in baseball overall the shifts. The opposing team will have a much lower average. There are exceptions, but I think they continue to look at ways to analyze it. And I think analyzation of the data has taken some time for everybody to buy in. But I think it's kind of a two-way street. You have those detractors and you have those that believe in it, and you really need to sit down together, and it will continue to refine how to use these details to your advantage.
1-2 on Profar.
Got the wave going on, so most of the Tiger fans stayed here and didn't take off on the rain.
Here's the other thing I wonder about shifts. If you were to privately ask every pitcher in the big leagues what their true honest opinion of the shifts are, I wonder how many are for it, how many are against it.
I think the ones that can locate would be more for it. Gonna go.
Runner going, and it's sliced to third, knocked down there on a backhand by Rodrigues, who throws him out. Inning over. No runs, a walk, one man left. Still 7-3.
And Muriel, it is Tank, and it is Apollo. And Tank is a basset hound. What does he like to do, Megan?
He loves to nap, eat, smell everything, nap. Did I say nap?
I think you said nap twice. Now, you've got him as a lap dog. I don't think, I mean, 55 pounds, he's not really a lap dog.
Totally is a lap dog.
He looks sad.
Always.
Yeah, but he is having some fun. All right, Apollo is a very aggressive dog, but a beautiful breed. And I noticed you were feeding him, Muriel, really healthy stuff like cheese and pretzels. What's up with that?
It's the only way he stays calm.
Really?
Yeah, he knows me too well. He has me wrapped around his finger.
How old is he?
He is a little over a year.
A little over a year, all right, and a really good dog and a big dog. He's going to get bigger too.
He'll fill out more, definitely, but he is a good boy. He has his moments, but he's overall pretty good.
and they're getting along because they're all wearing Detroit gear. And guys, as usual, two pretty ladies, but the dogs are most attracted to me.
Hey, Shep. Shep,
Yeah.
you got something in your pocket or something? That dog's eyeballing that pocket. You got a treat in there or something? Look at that.
I do have a little milk bone down here for the dog, and the dog says, hey, you know what? I may not do a lot of things well, but I know I can find some treats. So I think I'm going to have to give it to Tank here.
All right, Shep, thanks. There's a bullet hit the third. There's one relay and a double play. And That's bad luck right there from Mikey, who smoked one to third.
Nothing you can do there. Reyes with the bullet for a single, and then Mikey, same thing. Got it all. Unfortunately, it turns into a double play. Sometimes it's not fair. Tigers keeping the pressure on. See if the Rangers crack.
2 gone now, and here is Nicolas Castellanos. Nick had a walk which started the big inning his last time, and that resulted in a 3-run frame. Castellanos also a run scored. And it'll sail low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tigers with a 4-game homestand. Their last 2 homestands have been only 4 games. It's been a very odd schedule. They're in a stretch of 20 straight. They'll close out the first half on the road. Rangers, meanwhile, opening up an 11-day, 10-game road trip. So they're going to be away from their home ballpark.
Yeah, if the Rangers would have left last week when it was so warm and came up here, I think they probably look forward to getting out of the heat from Texas. They don't go out for BP much.
2-1 is fouled away. 2-2 on Castellanos.
Time for the DTE Know Your Own Power. Nicolas Castellanos yesterday, Wrigley Field, hit his 14th home run. And he's really been pouring it on as the Tigers need offense. Just continues to prove he's turning into a very solid hitter. Ten of the last 11 games, Nick's got a hit. That's proof, isn't it?
Sure is.
If you look at that, I'm going to put a package together here. Nick's philosophy, he knows the breaking ball, tries to keep those hands back, take a step towards the ball. Then if it's a fastball, he just goes directly to the ball, straight down. We'll make something up for you so you can see the difference. Just missed that breaking ball.
Odor, the second baseman, to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. On to the 6th.
Second inning, extra velocity 112, 453 feet. That's one of the longer ones here in Comerica Park.
One of the longer ones indeed. That thing almost hit the Fox Sports Detroit sign out there in right field. And the facade of the upper deck out there. And Gallo fouls it back out of play. Menards brings you the big money encounter. longest home runs at Comerica Park. Giancarlo Stanton, not surprisingly this year, hit one 456, and Gallo now is the second longest this season. Candy went 440.
Pretty good. Looking at Gallo, I mean, he's hit below 200 all year. I believe his lifetime average is under 200. But when he gets a hold of them, boy.
They go. Gallo is on pace for 223 strikeouts, which would tie Mark Reynolds for the major league record in a single season.
Career, he's 199. In 18, he came into the game under 200 as well. 20 home runs, 46 RBI for today. And he's hitting high foul balls as well.
If you're building a team, can you live with all the strikeouts and the low batting average if a guy's going to hit you between 40 and 45 homers?
Yeah, I want to look up what influence the strikeout has per, like, say, a double play instead, that you wouldn't make an out.
Rolled to first base, and right there is the Ducey. Lewicki covers one out.
I think, though, the thought would be that he's going to make better contact. Would you think?
Oh, absolutely. I would think so. But, you know, how long do you wait for that to happen? I mean, last year he struck out 196 times.
Well, in his career, he's got 68 home runs, 141 RBI, and 86 runs. That's in less than, I believe, 500 at bats. He does have 118 strikeouts this year is what we're talking about, but he's got 40 walks, so he's getting on base when he isn't striking out by walk as well.
Base hit up the middle for Kiner Falefa, who has 2 hits. And that'll bring up Ronald Guzman now. Seven to 3, the Rangers raced out to a 7-0 lead, but the Tigers got 3 back in the 4th. Guzman a single and a homer. 2-run shot in the 4th inning. And the slide low and in. Guzman missed a couple of games with a concussion. Two and all the count.
He's in the driver's seat right here. You got to watch it with the fastball. He's got big power. He's already hit one in this game.
Swing and a miss.
Nice off-speed pitch as Guzman is looking for the fastball. There you're going to see the grip, nice slow motion. Slider breaking right down. It looks like a breaking ball.
Here's the 2-1. Popped up. Shallow center field. Reyes coming in. And the runner retreats. 2 gone. A wet night at the ballpark tonight. A delay at the start of the game, a delay in the middle of the game, and the rain hopefully has moved out for the rest of the night. We'll see.
Came down very quickly 2 times today, and a lot of it in the field probably has some water being retained. So again, you got to really be careful. I noticed when Iglesias had that ground ball, he really made sure he got the seams, and you don't want to overthrow a wet ball, so it can really get away from you.
Bender drops into DeShields. On base twice. He has scored a run. Each team with 2 errors tonight. Good pitch, runner goes. Delayed steal, throw down is not in time. Connor Falefa on the delayed steal, swipe second.
The delay, how it works is you take 1 or 2 steps or 3 hops and then you go, you delay. We're going to watch him right here. He won't go immediately. He'll take his time. That's the 3 hop, and you see Nico is late. Also, John Hicks maybe could not throw the ball because Nico wasn't there on time. That's pretty good technique. Most runners get in a hurry. I've seen it where it's either 1 hop or 3. And it's good scouting by the Rangers. They're sitting watching that.
Did he go? Yes, he went around. Doesn't matter, he struck him out, so the stolen base doesn't hurt.
And the Wiki picked him up.
And the Rangers leave a man. Bell Tire, for tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And it's the Chevy 4th of July sales event. Celebrate with spectacular deals on a new Chevy. A little bit of rain has moved through the ballpark. Couple of delays tonight, and it has cooled things down considerably here at the ballpark. Tigers down 7-3.
Tigers have had 5 innings, got the leadoff guy on 1 was an error in the second, but had constant pressure on the Rangers.
Nico Goodrum followed by John Hicks, Victor Martinez here in the Tigers 6th.
Nico likes the heater, 304 average against the fastball. Only 165 versus the change curveball and slider.
This is the 6th straight start for Goodrum now at second base. Dixon Machado designated for assignment. He pretty much has won that position. What are your thoughts on Dixon, Gibby? Because he certainly had an RBI early, and he hit a lot of RBIs early. He had a lot of doubles early and had his chance and really performed well. But as the season wore on, Nico became the go-to guy.
Yeah, unable to sustain it, Dixon. Remember, they were thinking about moving him to the top of the order.
Yes.
When he was hot. Nico has come on. You know, when he gets on base, he's reached base 24 times leading off an inning. Tigers have scored 15 runs in that when he doesn't get on. I think they've scored 11. So he's productive. He can run, and he's got pressure. Oh, there's one.
Oh my goodness, he belts one down the right field line, and that ball is gone. Nico Goodrum put a charge in that one. 7-4 ball game. Man, did he kill that?
And that's the tool that he possesses, especially as most of his potential is offensively. Take a look at this pitch by pitch. And they tried to sneak a fastball here by after throwing the changeup down in the dirt. He knows it's gone right away. Keeps it fair. That tells you many times those balls will hook. That stayed straight, telling you that he got good backspin on it. Did not come around the ball. That's a good swing path.
8th home run of the year for Goodrum. 399 feet on that homer. And that is whistled to left, but foul.
Now let's take a look pitch by pitch. What are you thinking as a hitter? Nico. Breaking ball. They know he's aggressive on that first pitch, like we said. He's looking at 2-0. Gets a cookie 2-1, and then here he goes. That ball's right on the inside corner, and he kept it foul. Very quick bat on the fastball in. Now that's what you strive for even when you take batting practice. Keep that ball fair like that. And that was on the black on the inside corner.
Tigers back to within 3 runs. Ground ball right side. Odor gobbles it up. Took an extra step and threw out Hicks. 1 gone. Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player as Victor Martinez rolls in. Most RBI by a switch hitter in Tigers history. Victor 3rd on that list behind Billy Rogel and Tony Clark.
Carlos Guillen right underneath him.
Buck Farmer now warming in the Tigers bullpen.
Tigers bullpen's job, keep the Rangers off the board from here on out. Give your offense a chance to tie it up and take the lead.
Meanwhile, action for Texas as well, as Gallardo now is starting to give it up a little bit. Some hard hit balls.
Now at 88 pitches, 55 for strikes, pretty good percentage.
2-0 to Victor. Reno.
Don't like to throw that fastball when he gets behind in the count. Comes with the 2-0 breaking pitch. If you give Victor the green light, I think you do. Veteran guy, Doug Brocail, the pitching coach. Of course, he pitched here for some time.
He'll take a strike. 3-1. Victor thought it was up, but it was in there.
Well, even if you don't, you got a little bit of politic in there, you know. You sure?
Gabe Morales, the home plate umpire. 3-2. So Gallardo with a total of 91 now. Back up the middle, and Vibard has a seeing-eyed signal into center.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. Giovanni Gallardo. They're coming to get him, it looks like, but 93 the high, 77 the low on the curved ball. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
And it appears that Ricardo Rodriguez will come out of the bullpen, so Gallardo will not survive the 6th. Tigers back in this game. Nico with a homer at 7-4. McClendon's glasses to read the charts here.
It's almost like he's acting like somebody. But his eyes at the plate are pretty darn good, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are. He does not need any help. Lloyd's getting a chuckle out of it. Give him glasses back. Well, the Tigers now have 1 on, 1 out, a run in. 7-4 ball game. Rodriguez, the new pitcher for Texas, and he'll throw a strike to Jim Adduci.
Rodriguez started in Double-A, 3 innings there, then moved up to Triple-A. And here he is in the bigs.
Had really good numbers down at Triple-A at Round Rock. He had a 1.93 ERA.
Whip under 1. Likes 95. You see, he likes that fastball.
Adduci in this ball game, a single to drive in a run. He's 1 for 2. One and 2 on Jim.
Rodriguez, July 2nd, was pitching against Colorado Springs, and it appears he came up right after that with the Rangers.
25 years old, out of Maracay, Venezuela.
6'2", 250.
Now the 1-2, and Adduci shoots it up the middle, base hit. Victor will go to second, and the Tigers now have 2 on, 1 out. Second hit for Adduci.
Did you take the deuce?
I did. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a good choice so far. But he's got good bat control. That's why I took him the very first time. And he had a good swing and the ball kind of up and middle in. And then this one just kind of, here you see the pitch sequence right down the middle of a mistake, and the deuce doesn't miss.
Tigers now have more hits than the Rangers, 9-8. And a big swing and a miss there by Ronnie Rodriguez. The 7-0 lead for the Rangers has almost disappeared. Tigers have a little more work to do, but plenty of time.
Ronnie's trying to make it disappear totally, trying to tie it up.
Did he go? Did not.
I like to see him hang one. I like to see Rodriguez hang it to Ronnie. He's on it. His first in up here, he kind of was swinging a lot of bad pitches up above the strike zone, and he's locked in here tonight. A couple hits already.
1 and 2.
Good slider. Here's the grip right on the side. That's the mechanics of throwing a breaking pitch.
That one was a good one. Gallardo hoping his bullpen can hold it. Swing and a miss. So Ronnie is out of there, and there are 2 gone now.
That was a little different breaking pitch. The previous breaking pitch was more of a sweeper. This one he took a lot off, and it went straight down. Take a look. This one he goes straight up and it goes down. The other ones were more lateral. Ronnie goes down. That'll leave it up to Jose Iglesias.
Another one. He spins one up there for a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, this guy, he likes the breaking pitch. Throws it hard as well. Kind of a violent motion.
When you faced a guy with a good slider, were there any keys for you in those at-bats?
Well, again, you try and get into the at-bat and be somewhat predictive of where he's going to go, and sometimes you can see it and react. Other times you have to sit on a pitch if you know he's going to throw it and don't miss it. You know, some guys do different things. They tip their pitches. That's the easiest way. That way you know it's coming on very early. like Doc Gooden, I've so told this story before, he used to look at the ball if it was going to be a fastball.
Iglesias hanging tough. Doc Gooden must have been a joy to face.
Well, out of the windup, we knew his pitches. Out of the stretch, we did not. But he was that good, even though you knew it was coming.
Did he go? No, he did not.
Where's everybody going?
Yeah, Rangers are walking up the field trying to buy one there.
Jose sold it pretty good, even if he did go. No, he kept the bat head back.
Good job.
Be a slider here. Hang it.
Chopper to second, Odor. And Iglesias is out to retire the side. Yep, the Tigers get one back. Nico. He killed this. 7-4 ball game. Tigers back to within 3. Back, it is now a 7-4 ball game as we travel to the 7th inning tonight, game 1 in the series, and it is a wall sign windows pitching change for Buck Farmer.
His 41st game. That's getting in quite a few games here as we go before the All-Star break. ERA has been heading down. Last 5 outings been pretty good. Has not allowed a run over the last 10 appearances. As a matter of fact, 2-0 record with 5 hits and 8 walks. He's got to clean those up a little bit. 8 strikeouts over that 9 2/3 inning stretch.
2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Rangers here. First one is in there for a strike on Elvis Andrus.
Buck's got a real good sinker, got good velocity, also has a pretty good changeup, working on the breaking stuff.
Double and 3 at bats for Andrus tonight. So Farmer replaces Lewicki, who went 2 innings out of the Tigers' pen. And 2 scoreless, I may add.
Well, we said when Lewicki came in the game, you got to hold him off the board. Tigers clawing back one at a time.
Two balls, 1 strike. Outside, 3-1.
You wonder, how can these guys not throw strikes? How do they have trouble? And there's sometimes you get too fine out there. Bucks averaged 95 miles per hour on the fastball, 81 on the slider, and the change. Come and get it.
Slice to right field. Castellanos runs it down. He covered the gap and hauled it in.
We had a good angle there, didn't we?
Perfect.
Good break right here. His ball looks like it's headed up the alley, but Nicolas Castellanos with a perfect route directly to the ball. Puts it away. Oh, I see him with much better routes out there. Buck says, "Atta boy, pick me up," and he does.
Here is Nilmar Mazzara. Mazzara in this game with an RBI ground out. 0 for 3. Mazzara has big power. He has 15 home runs, hit a couple of homers in one of the games in Arlington earlier this year. That was back in May. In fact, one of them was the walk-off variety. He'll sky this one in the air to left field. Mata cruising over toward the corner. 2 gone. Fox Sports Detroit Central Michigan University Day is coming up on Friday, July 20th. Get a special ticket package to the Tigers Red Sox game. Receive a limited edition CMU Tigers cap. If you'd like tickets and information, go to tigers.com/CMU.
Do they say go Chips?
Go Chips, fire up Chips.
Wasn't that a policeman?
Chips. California Highway Patrol. Eric Estrada.
You'd have made a good Eric Estrada.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
That suits you up for a charity.
You come up with the wackiest
That's
charity
not,
ideas.
That's not so wacky.
Yeah, it is.
It's for good.
It's off the wall. Beltre looks at a strike and now 0-2. Farmer had a wipeout month of June. I mean, he was as good as it gets. His ERA was 0.71 in June, allowing 1 run in 12 2/3.
The biggest thing for him this year. He's up there in appearances in the league. We'll see how he goes as he tires a little bit, because what happens when you tire, it's just really more important that you locate. If he can do that, he'll be just fine. And he'll also learn how to save some bullets, so to say, in the future when he doesn't have to take so much out of his arm.
Pulled toward the shortstop. Nice short hop play by Iglesias. And Farmer a 1-2-3 7th. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Tigers down 7-4. Reyes, Matuk, Castellanos. Ricardo Rodriguez came on in the last inning as Reyes shows bunt, and he takes a strike. Rodriguez got the benefit of that call. Reyes a single and a double play ball. It'll chopper to the right side. Odor.
Let's take a look at the Tigers game summary. Ronald Guzman in the bottom of the fourth makes it 7-0. John Hicks plates a couple after the Castellanos got up the inning to walk. That's the deuce right there. Ronnie Rodriguez contributes. And then Nico goes yard right there down the right field line. The Tigers now trail 7-4. Looking for more.
Mikey Matuk. He has put the ball on the ground twice. Hit into a double play in his last at bat, but he hit a bullet to third, and Profar turned a double play.
5 innings in a row they've had the leadoff guy on.
You know, we've noticed Rick Anderson, when his pitcher comes out, he has some really good conversations.
Yep, he's not waiting on it for sure. He's got something to say. Maybe he thinks it's fresh and wants a specific at bat or release point or where he was on the mound, something that he did if he got a guy on base, or maybe just a confidence builder, an occasional joke.
Daniel stumped in the bullpen. That is rolled foul. So Rodriguez come out of the bullpen here throwing 95 with a fastball and a really good slider.
Who does he remind you of?
I don't know who.
Bruce Rondon a little bit.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got a fastball slider.
Oh, you mean stuff wise, yeah.
Yeah.
2-2 sails outside at 96. 3-2 on Matuk.
Slider, he really cranks it. Keep an eye on that elbow as his career progresses. Now, when guys throw sliders, you know I like to look on the glove. So you're watching that glove right now, what it does.
Got him looking.
High slider. Mikey gave up on it, came down and got the top of the strike zone. He hides that glove behind him. I was looking to see if the hitters could see it. Mikey gives up on it, and good disguise on that pitch. See the glove back there, and he's got it out of the way so the hitter can't see it, and that's straight down 12-6. See the technique in the release. You don't really twist that elbow, you just kind of manipulate.
There's a drive in the air to deep right center field. Not deep enough. It is caught by Mazzara to end the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. By Comerica Bank, raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. Well, it was so popular the first time. Bark at the Park night, round 2 here this evening.
Is there going to be a round 3?
I don't know.
Because I do think we should contribute to the park. Make sure you shampoo your dog before you bring him to the booth.
Okay. I'll make sure to get that done.
Gotcha. But Tigers, pretty good game so far. They got down 7-0 early. Little sloppy play, but they have battled back, much the same they have all year. And just looking for the big hit. A lot of pressure on the Rangers. Here we get to the later innings, much cleaner. We've got a new pitcher on the mound. Wallside Window's pitching change. Daniel Stump. 30th game. All these young guys coming up this year, they're getting up there 30, 40 appearances. Starting to figure it out a little bit. And they've been going up and down from Detroit down to Toledo, and I know they feel demoted when it happens, but I think there's a method to that madness, and hopefully you work into your major league game, and one of these times you stick and dominate.
1-0 Rugned Odor, who looks at a ball outside. 2-0. You could tell Odor has played in a baseball game by the end of the night.
Gets dirty.
He's got power. Pulls this one right into the shift. Nicely fielded there by Iglesias.
I hear you want to watch the way you talk to him too.
Absolutely. Tickets for the Allen Trammell and Jack Morris Hall of Fame and number retirement dinner on sale now. Tigers fans can enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime evening with two Tiger greats Thursday, August 9th at the Motor City Casino Hotel. Select ticket packages include a private meet and greet and more. If you'd like tickets, go to tigers.com/HOF.
They're smiling these days, Hall of Famers. Big day is coming up quickly here at the end of July.
Boy, is that going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there with several of my teammates. We're going to rack together.
Really?
When's the last time you've done something like that?
Can't remember when.
Did you feel comfortable, or are you kind of not used to your own nest?
I'm used to my nest.
Do you have like a favorite chair or something?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I have a favorite spot on the couch.
Is somebody? What if I came in there and sat there and you just say figures?
You'd have to move.
Oh.
I'd have to pick you up and move you. I don't know how that would go, but I would try. 1-2 on Profar. How about you? What do you got at home that you like to sit on? You got a big old
I got lots of places.
Beanbag chair?
I move constantly. No, not a beanbag. I've got a lot of old, like 60s furniture, you know.
Yeah.
Take it back to the old days. The mischievous things that. Yeah, you got to have a lazy boy or something that reclines like 13 different ways. You have to adjust perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, this is very nice here.
Oh, why didn't they throw it to the kid's dog?
The 1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jurickson.
Look at him look at that ball.
And
that's a smile.
You know what? That gentleman made that little youngster's day.
He's coming back. He's got a shirt on there, Tiger glasses, hat. Doesn't get any better.
Popped up. Right field line. It's going to be Castellanos coming in. 2 gone. Catch baseball's biggest stars at the 89th annual MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard. It's July 17th on Fox. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern. That guy right there.
I think he'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Book it. Joey Gallo with a big swing and a miss.
Tell you what, you can tell he went through a time or two this season where he was a little bit tired because he plays so much. Not sure people understand how hard it is to be as consistent as he has been so far this year, and with many guys going down and the offensive production not where they thought it might be. Miggy's out again. He's really stepped up the middle part of the game and said, I want to be the guy. I want to be here. Takes a lot out of you. Daniel Stump with the beauty of an inning. 1, 2, 3.
Gallo goes down swinging. We're on our way to the bottom of the 8th. Nico Goodrum due up for the Tigers, and he's already homered.
The game, Nico Goodrum. Oh, he's making the best of his opportunity in the 6th. Made it 7-4. He knew it as soon as he got a hold of it, kept it fair. And look who's coming to bat. Nico.
Yeah, he'll get it rolling here in the 8th. Tigers down 7-4. It's going to be Goodrum, Hicks, and Martinez.
We're going to turn him around. Got a pitching change. Jake Diekman was with the Phillies for what, 4 years. This is his going on his 5th year with Texas. Good velocity. 36 games so far this year. 35 strikeouts, 18 walks. That could be low. 6'4", 205. Looks like came from the community college.
His last 2 outings were scoreless, but he gave up 3 runs 3 outings ago and blew a save. That was against the Padres. Now the 0-2. Got him. Strike 3. Nico knew it.
Looking for something else. Maybe a slider. Turned out to be a fastball. He froze.
Hey, look, Bartolo Colon's in the house. He's going to throw tomorrow night. Fastball up at 96.
I've heard many say that they think they should switch to National League, American League rules when the interleague stuff comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You seen his swing?
Colon's?
Yeah.
Oh, it is very entertaining.
He's got a couple knocks lately, though.
Yeah, but it's entertaining. And the best thing about it is he really gets into it, and he realizes it could be an ugly swing or two, but He doesn't care.
No question, he's a gamer. I mean, he's still pitching, right?
Yeah, he's been really an amazing player in this game.
He struck me out.
Cologne?
We had to. Did we? No, we didn't.
Here's a strike called.
See what his first year was.
Bartolo's first year was 97.
So I missed him. Maybe saw him in spring training or so.
Fair ball down the third base line.
No,
It's
no,
going to
no.
be extra bases. Let's see. The throw not in time. It's a double for Hicks.
Well, he proved me wrong. It was a little risky, but he had a better read than I did. Another bullet by Hicks.
Here is our Ram pick the stick update after that 2-bagger there by Hicks. He almost got good on him. Yeah.
Simo's rolling. Think he's doing good. I think I was like I had an error and we had a strikeout, and you were snickering over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you went -2 out of the gate.
I did, with an error and a strikeout. Here's Victor Martinez.
It's not funny, really. Come on, Victor.
Ball 1. Action. There's Alcantara warming up along with Wilson. Alcantara joining the team today.
Some gamesmanship here. As Diekman stepped off, and now we have Victor returning the favor.
Now Diekman wants a mound visit here, so Gabe Morales going to write it down.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at John Hicks on the air saying, no, 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 as I was thinking from my view that could be close. They're down by 3 runs. But he does hustle out of the box. He's got a good turn. He runs better than you think he does for a catcher. Right there on the inside corner. A good route into second. A good slide. I see a lot of guys when they slide, the pop-up slide, they pop up off the bag. Hicks stayed right on the bag and in there, just like we knew he could.
2-0 on Martinez. Tigers need one more base runner to bring the tying run to the plate.
That's the deuce.
The Tigers had 10 hits now. Here's the 2-0.
So if Victor gets a hit, the next batter gets a hit. That's 2 more in a tie game, right? If we get the dinger.
From your guy, Ronnie Rodriguez?
Yep.
Is that what you're planning here?
Just visualizing a good outcome.
James McCann starting to loosen up. He is on the bench tonight along with Candelario and Jones. Smothered by Connor Falefa. Now the count has gone 3-1.
I don't know whether they would run for Victor, because he's not he's not the tying run, but it is important to get that run in here. We're in the bottom of the 8th, trailed by 3 runs. So if you could pick 2 up on a double, I think I'd probably go for it. I have to lift him.
Candelario has picked up a bat as well. 3-1 pitch. 3-2 now on Victor.
Games get like this, you know that Texas feels the Tigers coming. They've been keeping it on them. Tigers just hoping that Diekman makes a mistake or they bobble and make an error, walk, make him pay for it.
Jose Leclerc warming up. Slap foul back out of play. Tigers have seemingly done this all season long. They have continued to grind at bats even when they fall behind. Now recently they've taken some leads and have not been able to hold on to them, but back in May and June it seemed like they were coming back on a nightly basis.
Well, they don't just fold over, but you know that gets old too, and they're going to have to.
High fly ball into left field. Cruising over is Gallo. He is under it. Hicks will hold, and there are 2 gone. Upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows, and we showed you Bartolo Colon. Well, Big Sexy is going tomorrow night against Jordan Zimmerman.
Always fun to compete against Cologne. It's been around for so long, since '97. Coverage begins at 6. And we got Jordan Zimmerman going. He's really starting to throw the ball pretty decent. Let's hope that he can continue to be healthy and finish out strong this year.
Yeah, Zim now has that ERA in the 3 range. He's been really good. Ducey looks at a sweeper in there for a strike. Pretty good night for a Ducey. 2 singles and RBI. Trying to draw the Tigers a little bit closer here in the 8th. Swing and a miss. Boy, Diekman looks like he can be really hard on lefties.
Yeah, well, you look at the arms, the way they flap out there. He's arms and legs. He's fairly tall as well, lanky. Levers flying all over. So sometimes that is very makes it very hard to pick the right thing up to baseball.
Two rain delays tonight. One of 15 minutes, one of 29 minutes. Game got started a bit late tonight. And he just missed. Ooh, 97, almost painted the corner.
Ducey has really got a good eye, and I think he's picking him up good. I hope he doesn't throw him one of those nasty sweeping sliders. 1 and 2.
Hicks doubled here in the 8th with 1 out, with 2 away now. Ducey trying to drive in another run. Tigers at 1 point trailed 7-0 tonight. It's now 7-4. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that's exactly what he threw him.
Nasty.
2 strikeouts for Diekman. 8 in the books. Let's go to the 9th.
Tigers have gradually chipped away at this Texas Rangers lead. Is that the silver lining of the night?
For me, it is, Mick. This team could have very easily laid down. They went down 7-0, guys, but they continue to chip away, and they still have a chance to come back and take this game from the Texas Rangers.
Tigers have them within reach as we go to the 9th inning here at Comerica Park. Immediately following the game, we'll hear from new Tigers second baseman Nico Goodrum on his big night. That's as soon as the Tigers and Rangers wrap things up down there on the field. Mario, give him.
All right, gentlemen, as we go to the 9th inning, Tigers going right back to the bullpen. Victor Alcantara is coming in now for the Tigers.
Just up from Toledo, you can see 27 games down there, 47 innings, so he's prepared to throw more than one inning if he has an ERA at 2.68. Only 6 walks, 44 strikeouts. From Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, it's does he look like he's 25 years old, 6'2", 190 pounds.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leads it off for the Rangers here in the 9th, and Alcantara misses low and away. Victor got to the big leagues last year with the Tigers, appeared in a few games, 7 1/3 innings over 6 games last year for the Tigers. Tigers love his arm, we know that much. There's a ground ball up the middle for Iglesias. 1 away. Tomorrow night we've got a Fox Sports Features special broadcast that you don't want to miss. 9 positions, 9 innings. Follow us as we break down each position, talk about some of the defensive greats that have played the sport, and more. That's tomorrow night, starting with Tigers Live at 6 right here on Fox Sports Detroit. It's going to be fun. We will highlight every position throughout the night.
Kind of go through some of our growing up, people that we remember, and also some that we've read about, and talking to other people around the game who have their feelings about who's the greatest, and it's defensive position guys we're looking at mostly. So you want to give me one of yours or not?
I will give you. No, I'm not gonna give you any of them.
Figures.
Well, I'm trying to get one that's
Don't you ever let
obvious.
Don't you ever let a gift go like the Christmas Eve?
Oh,
you
no,
open one.
No, that never happens. No, the rest of the family wants it that way, but nope.
Yeah, we go like 3 days early, at least one.
Do you really?
No, they want to.
Strike called on to Shields. In there on the inside corner, and now Alcantara has gone 0-2.
Throwing strikes, what we thought he would do. 5 total pitches, 4 strikes already. He's thrown all the pitches as well across the plate. This aggressive Texas team.
A 4-1 record, 27 appearances with Toledo, an ERA in the 2.6 range. We're talking about this being a season of opportunity for many in the bullpen. Alcantara getting his chance. We've seen Buck Farmer kind of really put it together in the second half, and Joe Jimenez has been really good.
The Wiki threw good tonight as well.
Absolutely. 2-2 on Delino DeShields. Would not bite. 3-2.
That's a little cutter right there, just off the plate.
Tigers pen tonight, 4 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. That is getting her done. Here's the 3-2. Way outside. It'll go to the backstop. It's a walk for DeShields. He's going to break up Andrews. Elvis had a double early in the game. That was his only hit. Doubled and scored in the third when the Rangers were busy racing out to a 7-0 lead.
Need to double or need the ground ball here, get out of the inning.
0-1.
Contra's got to be careful. He doesn't want to let steal of second so they can get an add-on run. Tigers trail by 3. They've been aggressive.
Fouled away. Alcantara made his major league debut against the Royals in September. Walks were an issue last year in the minors. In the air to center field. It's going to be playable for Reyes to end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers down 7-4.
Where's the goose?
Bring the goose on. Tigers have Rodrigues, Iglesias, and Reyes due up, but a loaded bench as well.
Didn't look for a goose. Haven't heard much of that lately, but I saw a lot of it while I was away.
Tigers have Ronnie Rodriguez set to lead things off here as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And Keone Kela coming out of the bullpen.
Well, you can see he's done great. 20 out of 20 in save opportunities. Doesn't walk anybody, only 11. 36 strikeouts. He's been pretty dominating this year. They just get Texas just came off a tough series with Houston. Played him pretty tough. Lost the series. I think they had won 4 or 5 series prior to that. So they come out today, got out to this early lead. Time for the Tigers to take the late lead in the victory.
Here is Ronnie Rodriguez in the 9th. Rodriguez 2 hits in 3 at-bats. An RBI as well. Kela fires in a strike to Ronnie.
He throws a heavy ball, 97. A little plus occasionally.
Little chopper back up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Odor, jump throw, not in time. Infield hit. That's a 3-hit night for Ronnie Rodriguez.
What are you looking at me for?
He's your guy.
Yeah, well, we need him to score and get another point. How's that? McKell, the closer. Ronnie's, he looks better this time, I bet, you think? Right up the middle, a good approach.
Absolutely.
3 knocks.
So the Tigers get the leadoff man on. Here is Iglesias. That is the 11th Tigers hit.
Keller's fastball, curveball. Good velo on the fastball. You can see that 96, 97. He's got pinpoint control. important for Iggy to get on and get that tying run to home plate.
Oh, 2. 20 straight saves converted to open up the season is the longest season opening save streak in Texas history. Previous high was 19. Francisco Cordero.
On the other side, if you're Ronnie Rodriguez, you got to make sure you don't get doubled off on a line drive.
Chopped to third base, short hop, bobbled. Everybody is safe. Profar couldn't pick it. Now the Tigers are in business.
We'll take it. He played it right into a tough play. Look at, he hesitates here, then he decides to come get it. And it looked like it's right on the lip right there where the grass and the dirt meet. You're not going to get a true hop off of that. The Tigers, can they take advantage here in the ninth?
E5, and here is Victor Reyes. He'll look at a strike, 0-1. Looks like Matuk being called back and Candelario coming on deck.
Candyman.
Here's the 0-1 to Reyes. He threw it right by him at 97. Kelly says, here it is.
Boy, look at the way he hides that ball. He turns that shoulder. Watch that front shoulder, how he closes it, and then he comes out.
Slice to center field, a base hit. This will get a run in. Rodriguez scores, and the Tigers have 2 on with a run in. How about Victor Reyes?
He says, I want to play too. Ball's not easy to get on top of. This was 97 miles an hour, right up and away. Victor doesn't try and pull it. Ronnie comes around and scores. Tigers within 2 with 2 on and nobody down.
Doug Brocail coming out now for a mound visit. Leadoff single by Rodriguez. Iglesias reaching on an error, and then a base hit for Victor Reyes. I'll tell you what, Victor Reyes has had some much better at bats now that he's seen a little bit more playing time recently.
Well, this is directly to the ball. Hands stay up. They say didn't try and pull it. When a guy throws that hard, you try and pull it, you swing, and that bat drops underneath it, but he stays right on top of it. Good line drive.
(7-5) ball game, 2 on, nobody out. And here is Jamer Candelario to pinch hit.
See if he gets the breaking ball.
Ball 1. 97 again from Keller.
Keller at 9 pitches already with nobody out. Tigers also want to grind him down, get a lot of pitches on his arm. You got a 4-game series. It'll have influence on the games at a later date. Didn't like that call either. Look at Keller. He goes to his mouth every time after he pitches. They don't call it anymore on the mound.
Little chopper back to the mound. They'll go to second, get one there, and that's it.
Still in business.
Candelario aboard in the fielder's choice. Now here is Castellanos.
Gotta like this, don't you? You get your best hitter up,
Yep.
2 on.
Can't ask for anything more right here. Tying run is at first base. 1 out here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Looked like Connor Falefa tried to bait the runner at third, Iglesias.
I was thinking maybe second base, Candy. That's kind of the important run right now. He hits it, he's to the glove, and he turns around and he didn't know where it is. He turned right around and looked at Candy. It's been done before, it's possible. Connor Falefa seems like one of those guys, does the little things.
Nick had a rip, 0-2. We are seeing pretty much nothing but high octane here from Kellen. Upper 90s heaters.
I don't see it. That breaking ball he threw, Nick, was about a 57-footer, but man, was it nasty.
Big Joe warming up. Here is the 0-2. 99 that time from Kellen.
Sounds like a tennis match.
Yeah, he's grunting. Iglesias at third, Candelario at first. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Nick goes fishing, and there are two gone.
That's tough. Tough on Nick. He gave him that breaking ball early, didn't pick it up. Look at him. He really pulls down on this. It's a lot of depth. He always tries to keep those hands back, but he could not hold up there. Good block.
So here is Goodrum, who has homered tonight.
He's going to see a breaking ball first pitch. No.
Heater at 98. Well located as well. So again, 97, 98 from Kellen.
Likes it up and away, doesn't he?
Now the 0-1. Nico with a big rip as Kella grunts again on a 97-mile-an-hour heater.
That's something that you hope you can follow up. That's right there in on the hands. That's a very well placed pitch with his velocity and his delivery. Would just try and save it for another pitch. Hopefully he makes the mistake.
0-2. Shattered bat rolled it back to the mound, and this will end the ball game. So the Tigers fight all night long, but they will fall tonight. 7-5 the final score. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios, Mickey York, with Tigers Live postgame.
All right, Mario, thank you. So the comeback comes up short. Coming up on Tigers Live, Matthew Boyd bounced early from tonight's game. He'll explain what happened. We'll look back at Nico's night, hear from him from the Tigers clubhouse. It was the 5th of July, but the fireworks continued at Comerica Park. Wait till you see what Joey Gallo did, and we'll update you on Ron Gardenhire's condition after he had to miss tonight's game after not feeling well. That's next on Tigers Live.